Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Walking Dead. First time doing 2 streams, 2 days in a row for a while, but we did have the BBCAN triple eviction, so yeah, won the stream. Again, really late start here. It took me forever to get fucking caught up on the fucking BBCAN review, which is a lot of the reason why I'm late here, but whatever. We're not going to go for too long tonight. I'm really just going to do, I think we're just going to do like episode 3 of season 1 of Walking Dead Telltale, and then probably just end it after that. So probably like 2-ish hours. I'll be honest, I got like no sleep after last night, because I had to go into work early today, and I got out early, which is why I was able to watch the triple eviction to begin with live, but yeah, I got like no sleep, so whatever. We'll see if anyone even shows up. But yeah, so let's do episode 3. But yeah, like wrote the review for this last week, and it was really long. Like it's ridiculously long. I was actually surprised at how long it ended up being. Where like obviously, I mean, there's a lot that happened. The triple eviction happened. Yeah, all these players to talk about, but yeah, like how long is this? This is like what, over 2,000 words on just this last week. So
did you tell anyone out there
quite
who you were,
a bit
or that you were tied to
there.
this place?
That's right. I know.
Yeah, that took forever. Also, I've been working on the
not dead. Somebody help me.
2021 year in gaming video a little bit, but didn't get too much of that done.
Sounds like a car.
It's a shitload of food and supplies back here.
We have to take this quick time.
Again, won't go for too long tonight.
Don't worry, little girl. Bandits got their eye on that.
But I mean, yeah, this is a great triple eviction though. Really, I mean, this entire week has been fantastic. Like it's the weird because like it started off pretty mediocre, but it felt like everything fell into place for this to be like an all-time great week. Actually, I should probably check if my audio is still good, because again, it's been fucking up here and there. We're good. Okay. How many times? I don't think Gummy Bear comes up that much, actually. I think it's only... if I were to guess, I would say maybe 5 times. 4 times. So yeah, it's actually not that much. But then again, that's 4 times over the course of, like one part of the fucking script. Like, one little... like, the week or whatever. So it's like... 4 times still is a decent amount. I'm sure I mentioned the name Gino a lot over the course of that week. Gino and Kevin, I feel like, are mentioned a billion times. I really, at this point, a lot of the review is like just like, especially like the review from like the Just Week on, is turning into like really just propping up Kevin's game. Where like there's a lot of focus now on highlighting like pretty much everything good Kevin is doing. Which, I mean, we'll see if he wins at this point. It's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, I mean, I did see the recent HOH. So we can talk about that too. So obviously, triple eviction happened. Marty and Summer went. Really interesting choices that Josh had to make tonight. But yeah, Betty is the new HOH, which I think Kevin's got this. Like, based on how, and like, to be fair, Betty winning HOH is not ideal for Kevin, but Betty, as of right now, or at least as of like an hour or two ago, whenever the feats first came up, her plan was to nominate Josh and JC, which is perfect for Kevin. And it looks like we're at the point now where, like, because Josh nominated Betty, I don't think Betty is going to be like as loyal to Josh anymore. I think it's going to be like the Summer situation where she'll be okay if Josh goes home. And then like Betty and Jace have not really had that strong of a relationship until this last week, and it'll be interesting if Jace is able to do anything here, because she certainly has the leverage to do it. Like, she should be able... Actually, do I need to do this first? Yeah. But yeah, she should be able to do it. Like, she has like, the information. Like, at this point, she has to know that Josh, Kevin, and Helena are working together. And, like, by using that, like, she should be able to flip over Betty, but I don't really have much faith in Betty and Jace to actually, like, piece this together, to actually, like, work together, especially because, like, Betty at this point doesn't think that that's the case, doesn't think that, that Josh, is working with them. But it's like, is Betty gonna take Kevin to the end at this point? Like, I feel like that's all that's left, right? Like, if she's not gonna take Josh to the end, like, is she gonna take Kevin? Which, if that's the case, then everyone left is taking Kevin, but Jace. And that's insane. For someone that, like, at this point seems like a pretty clear jury threat. Like, it's, like, it was feeling like a bit, like, unsure after Herman, but, like, Moose has been propping up Kevin's game, especially, like, I think he was only behind Gino and Marty, who are both gone now. Herman, and, like, I would assume with Moose being there, that would mean that Herman's thinking similar things at this point. And then we have Marty leaving the house talking about how Kevin's playing the best game. He's rooting for Kevin. Like, I think Kevin's got this. I think he has it. Like, I think he's in the best spot to pull off the win that he's ever been. He's definitely going to need to make sure that, Jace winning veto would be pretty bad. But not completely detrimental, as, again, like, there's still room to take her out. But I do worry that Jace could go on a comp run at this point. Because, I mean, Jace, I think, is the best competitor left on the board. At least, like, historically throughout the season. So that's definitely a danger there. And Jace is the only person, again, isn't taking Kevin at this point. But again, like, the fact that Kevin's in this position at this point is pretty impressive. Betty is putting up Josh and Jace, which is not her ideal move. She should be putting up probably... Should she do Kevin and Helena, or should she do, like, Kevin and... Well, I mean, maybe Helena and Josh would be the better move for her, maybe. But either way, she has to target the trio. Like, she has to target the crash test dummies. That is the ideal move for her. She should be trying to build a final two with Jace. Considering Jace has no one else. Jace can also win competitions. The fact that she's trying to target Jace right now is pretty bad.
Nice one. Next time I'm bringing Ben.
But I do think Betty's win equity is going up, though. I think if Betty were to get to the end at this point, I think she is a somewhat likely winner. Especially if she's at the end against, like, a Helena or a Josh. By the way, Josh's win equity is going further and further down as time goes on. Yeah, I mean, I had Josh at the bottom of my power ranking, actually.
It's a girl. We have to help her.
How? There's no getting to her.
In my power ranking right now, I do have Kevin 1, then Betty. Then I debate over Helena or Jace. Obviously, Jace is the target this week and, like, very much could go home. But I think Jace's win equity is much higher if she does survive. Where Helena still has a chance, but I think her runway is getting smaller and smaller. Oh, you just got caught up on the triple. Oh, wait.
Man, you're not hitting anything.
Actually, do I need to hit her? No, let's not hit her, right? Yeah, because we're Renegade Lee at this point. I think BCA, you missed the stream last night. Thoughts on Survivor episode? I thought it was a really boring episode, personally. I thought it was debatably the worst episode of the season. Either that or episode 2. I thought it was a pretty mediocre episode. I thought it was, like, really obvious who was going home the entire time. Yeah. No. And again, I talked like I talked about this in my last stream where I don't know if I even like Survivor 42 at this point. But I'm not going to go on that rant again. I'm not feeling that high on this season, personally.
But we ain't got all day. Get everything you can out of these racks.
Yeah, Helena is a good player. I think Helena is a very good player. I mean, she is... I think she's kind of being overshadowed by Kevin, obviously. And I do think Kevin is obviously the better player. I think Kevin is really just better all around. Like, I don't know if there's, like, an aspect of the game that Helena is actually better than Kevin in, but Helena's not necessarily bad. I think she's a really terrible liar. That is the thing. Like, the conversation between her and Jace is so fucking awkward. The one where she tells her that if Kevin flips, I'm gonna have to flip too. Like, that's such an awkward conversation where, like, her body language is just so off. And, like, when Jace, of all people, the people who thought Kyle was lying about being in on the Steph plan, or not being in on the Steph plan, it's like when that person knows you're lying, you know you're doing a really fucking terrible job. But yeah, outside of that, like, I think Helena is a very solid player, though. But, again, I think Kevin is, at this point, if he wins, like, he's debatably one of the best players. I mean, for sure, BBCAN. I think him and Dane is an interesting conversation because, like, obviously it's like two completely different game styles. Where, like, I talked about this in my review of like the Kevin versus Herman thing, but like essentially Dane is the successful Herman. But it's like, yeah, it's the debate between essentially like a Dan and a Derek style player, where like Kevin is like this Dan figure that tries to play the middle, like, tries to cause chaos that splits these groups apart, while you have Dane, who is like the Derek style of player that creates power structures and what am I doing here? Fuck up. Yeah, and then like holds control. It's like it's two completely different play styles. But it's like they were both like pretty equally successful, especially because like I feel like Dane does have like a couple holes in his game that can be like a bit exploited when like doing a winner ranking. I still think Dane's probably going to be above Kevin in terms of a winner ranking, but like, Kevin's game will still be very impressive, and I think as a player, again, also pretty impressive. Like I there's still like a little bit of worry in terms of like his potential on any given season. While like everything he's done has been like very, very impressive, it's like he also was like nominated week 1, and then like was almost going home week 2, where had Marty not changed his mind at the last second and put up Betty, it's like Kevin would. And to be fair, Kevin did very effective work in getting him not on the block that week. But also, if he did end up getting on the block, he like could have very likely gone home week 2. So it's like I feel like the early game is still a danger spot for Kevin, but so overall, though, very, very impressive player.
That's neat. I'll find you in a minute.
Who tried to flip the vote against Romeo? It was kind of Omer. Like, Omer brought the idea to High, and High is the one that tried to execute it. But High is, I think High is for sure the one that's completely dead in the edit from it. High is not winning this season. I thought High was dead after the merge episode, but after this episode, like, he's completely dead. He's not winning. Drea, I don't think is necessarily like dead to me. Like, she's not on the same level as High, but yeah, Drea's not looking great.
Nice work.
Like, I think Drea, like, I'm against that. It makes it seem to me that like she's not going to get the opportunity to play any of them. It's going to go home with all of them in her pocket, which is going to be funny.
We have to go eventually, Lily.
We don't have to.
Yeah, even if Kevin doesn't win, he's still like pretty high on like the top 10 player list.
Again, are we?
To be honest, like, I mean, would he be? I think he's in that upper tier. I think he's with the like Netta, Emmett, Anthony Douglas, like that sort of grouping.
Don't start with me either.
And we're all losing it with the attacks and
like I think he faced a lot more adversity
It can't be you versus us, Lily. We're sorry for what
than
happened to your
a
dad.
lot of those
We're in this
people.
together now.
At least more than
food
Emmett
situation?
and
What about protection? What
Anthony.
about when this place falls? Somebody's got to be thinking.
Probably had
about
more of a
this.
stranglehold on the
How is
game
this
than
not
Netta.
working? We have
Actually, not
everything
really
we
though.
need.
It's like I think he had more control
And when
than
50
Netta, but like Netta probably had more of a stranglehold. Where like I feel like because like Netta's was more so like by this point Netta had like a very solid alliance, where she was the best position within that alliance. Kevin like hasn't really truly had an alliance outside of obviously like the Ghost and then the Crash Test Dummies, but that's like a very small group. That's a group of 3 that's been together since, what, the final 10 or 11? It's never been, like, a point where, like, this was, like, the dominant alliance running the game. But he's still been able to have a lot of control over how the game played out.
She was dead anyway. It made the most sense in the moment.
He's right. We've been putting our lives on the line doing
If
these
Kevin
runs
wins,
into the
I believe
city.
he's the first
You
BBCAN winner to have a vote cast against him. Yeah, I think that is the case, right? I believe that hasn't happened before, which is, yeah, insane sad.
Not so easy for
And also, he's the, I think, won't he be the only Big Brother winner, even beyond Canada, to be nominated week 1? I believe that's the case, right? I don't think any other winner has been nominated week 1.
It's not going to be easy.
Because I know that, like, used to be... Well, I mean, okay, Steve, but that's a different... Like, I was talking about, like, nominate as in, like, they're on the block by the end of the week. But yeah, Steve was nominated, but then won the veto and saved himself. But, because again, that was like a thing of, like, the person who's on the block at the end of week 1, the person that survives the eviction week 1, is typically a person that is, has less social capital in the game because they're, like, already starting at a disadvantage. So it's like, that was like kind of a noted thing of like, okay, the person that's nominated week 1 and survives more than likely isn't winning the game because they're already starting at a massive disadvantage. But, yeah, again, Kevin overcame that. Again, Steve was off the block by that point and actually became like a pretty like important swing vote by the end of week 1. So I think that's like a very, very different situation.
And I find myself thinking that
Because like Steve was a person that like Jace needed to flip the vote, and because he was like a very important vote by the end of that week. It's like he was able to still get like the social capital that
I don't want to see her paranoid.
that you would typically get for not being on the block week 1.
I'd like to talk when you've got a minute.
Well, they picked Melina over Kevin, yeah. What's the stream for? Again, we're like after BBCAN. Again, really late start here though. I wrote the BBCAN review, like the part of the review for this week, which just took forever. But yeah, we're only gonna do. This is gonna be a shorter stream. We're only gonna do episode 3 here of Walking Dead. When this is done, we'll finish it up. So it'll probably be around like 2 hours or so. I'm not going to go until like 4 o'clock in the morning like I did yesterday. Could Helena theoretically beat Josh? Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. Especially because like there seems to be some like actual bitterness at Josh at this point. Where Moose seemed to be angry at Josh. Herman was kind of like okay with Josh when he left, but I would assume that a lot of the reason why Moose is so anti-Josh is because like they've collaborated and now they're both anti-Josh. Summer is now coming into the jury anti-Josh. Betty is not going to be happy with Josh over what happened now. And again, if it's Helena and Josh at the end, then like he's probably not getting Kevin's vote. Yeah, I mean like I think Josh has a tough road.
To know because we're hanging by a thread here, and I can't see Lily talk about you without.
What do you think? What do you think of the theory that Drea is going to take Marianne's out? Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Again, we have seen like this argument between Drea and Marianne, that with her having the knowledge is power now, it does very much seem like that is a possibility. Also, I feel like just logically it makes sense that she would take the idol from the person that she hasn't had like an established relationship with, because like she had that scene with Mike where they established that relationship. Actually, then again, that could be a scene that they established their relationship just to undercut her and have her eventually take his idol. But
you're totally right.
Yeah, it seems like logically it makes sense that they would that Drea would take it from Marianne though. Who got evicted? Well, Gino got evicted in the first part, and then it was Marty and Summer in part 2.
Now, is there anything else you want to talk about?
But yeah, really strong triple eviction too. Like I think the fact that Josh won HOH and had to make these like really big decisions, and I think probably ends up making the wrong decisions. I think that is interesting. I mean, the initial one to put up Summer, I think, was probably for the best. Like I think like because it's one that he can rationalize to Betty. It does obviously create a vendetta with Summer, but it's like
really think
I think
you're ready to
Helena would
hear
also
about
be
me?
pissed if
It's not a matter of ready
he had
or
put her up at that
not.
point.
There's never going to
I
be a
think the
good
second
time.
choice is the
There's
questionable
going to
one
be a
to
lot
me.
of
Like, when
bad
he has the
ones.
choice between Helena and
Right now
Betty,
doesn't seem
I
like
think
one of
he
them.
had to put
But everyone's
Helena.
different.
Like, to me,
Who
putting
knows
up
how each
Betty
person
just,
would take it, you know?
like, it just
Maybe
creates
it's
so
worth
much
thinking
animosity
about
between
who
two.
you
And
want,
also
though.
opens up the situation that Kevin and Helena could have voted out Betty
Good
here.
idea.
And initially I thought that would have been a good move. I did think it through more, and like, it actually doesn't really make sense that they would do that. But it's like, it definitely like is a thing that could have happened. Like, he really opened it up for them to get rid of Betty,
Hey,
who is the biggest
Valentine.
piece on his board. But like, also by nominating her, he also like kind of loses that piece also.
Clint,
So it's like,
I need to talk to you for a second.
it's not great.
Okie dokie.
His overall decision there.
The day you and I met, I was in a car accident.
I
Again, wins will be the
remember
first
your leg was
repeat
bleeding.
name Big Brother winner.
Car
Is
I
that
was
really?
in was a
Yeah, I
police
guess it
car,
is.
and I was on my way to jail.
Because with Survivor, we've obviously had 2 Natalies
I need to tell you now.
and then 2
I
Chris's,
don't
right?
want you to
And
hear
technically we've had
the
2
other way.
Toms, but then like if you're including
You
Tommy,
have anything to say?
I don't think so.
yeah, I guess with Big Brother that probably is the case.
Go on back to your things.
Want a bitter jury from BBCAN10? I don't necessarily want a bitter jury, but yeah, I think it matters like what situation we end up in. But either way, it's like, I don't know. I don't really want a bitter jury.
Hey, you two. How you doing?
We're okay.
But I think like an
Sad.
emotional jury would be
We all
fun
carry
to
guns
see.
now, and
Then again, with
I
Big
don't
Brother,
like
it's kind
it.
of, it's not like if this was
It's the way
Survivor,
it's
then for
gotta
sure
be.
I would want
I
that.
know,
Big
but I'm
Brother,
not
it's like you
getting
don't really
used
see the
to it.
ramifications of that. It's kind of like a
Sorry.
waste to
How
even
are
have
you?
a bitter jury on Big Brother at this point, outside of like the BB19 situation.
Can I talk to you about something?
Sure.
BB Can 10 or BB Can 5?
Okay.
I think BB Can 10. BB Can 5 is like a mostly meh one outside of like Kevin winning the veto. And I guess you like there's stuff that like wasn't in the triple eviction episode, like Drea, or not Drea, like Dre, like what twerking and everything and like that weird stuff. But like it was
What
for
are
the
the
most part
details?
kind of a baseline triple eviction. It's like kind of like your average
Would
one.
he have killed you?
I feel like the BB Can 6 one's definitely the worst one of the bunch. Like that one kind of just played out in the most boring way possible.
Tell me what happened when you were locked in the
But yeah, I would say the
over there.
ranking is 3, 10, 5,
I held
6.
Back, and Kenny made sure Larry didn't get up.
Hope we get 2 mics. Yeah, I guess that is
What'd you do?
there's a chance of that.
He smashed his head in.
Triple episode was weird. I did not love the structuring of the episode. Where, yeah, it's like the first half of the episode was dedicated to all the like events of the week and everything, which is like cool because like obviously a lot of stuff happened, but it's like the fact that we got like this jury segment in this episode was really weird to me. Like that felt like a waste of time. Not that I didn't want to see it, but I just didn't want to see it in this episode. Like it should have been like the next eviction episode instead of
Kenny, you got a second?
wasting the time
I
on
need
a
to
triple
tell you
episode. But and whatever, it worked out, I
Well, yeah.
guess. Everything was a bit rushed though. You could definitely see that they were like making like a lot of jump cuts, particularly around the eviction portion of the episode, the first eviction.
something.
But yeah, it's still fine. Oh yeah, the Kevin being a winner. That was such a weird scene. Like I had no clue what the fuck that like was going on during that scene.
Larry to St. John's, different from everything.
Because like didn't Arissa like introduced it as we're gonna see what's going down with the vote or something, and then all of a sudden it's like Kevin just like in the pool area or whatever, or I guess it's the hot tub area or
Saw me
whatever.
do that, right?
Yeah.
Starts singing. It's like
You
it's
talking
really
about
weird.
who we were?
No, I did
does
not
that
go
matter?
on Marty and the stopwatch,
Everything this
thankfully.
mess has got us doing
I
now,
actually
man.
made
Shit.
the best move that I
Doug
could
safe
have,
around you?
in that I
Then
didn't
shut
go
it.
in on
You
anyone.
don't know anybody. any
I
kind of
held.
explanation.
The thing is, I was never going in. Like, realistically, at this point, probably Kevin would have been the best. Kevin or Betty. Actually, probably Betty would have been the best buy. But I was never doing that. So, out of the like possibilities that I was thinking of, which were going either all in on Josh or all in on Marty, or not going in on anybody, I made the best pick of that bunch. But obviously, there were more optimal moves. But also at this point, who fucking cares? I'm literally in like 1,000 something place. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not, like I lost all my money to Kyle, so like it doesn't matter at this point. Who else do I have to talk to? Wait, no, that's Carly. Wait. What am I missing? Oh, Lily? I haven't talked to Lily. Oh, I'm an idiot. I need to talk to Lily first. That's the most important fucking thing. Whatever. Interesting video idea. Dumbest move on each season. Yeah, I do have that jotted down. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the debate would be, like, is it dumbest move or worst move? Because I do think there's a distinction between the two. And, like, which one's, like, more important to do first. Because, like, dumbest move is, like, obviously the one that, like, makes, like, the least amount of logical sense. While worst move to me is, like, the one that, like, actually causes someone to lose the game. And especially when I think of, like, the worst moves of all time, it's, like, the ones that are, like, very clear-cut that you win or you lose depending on the move.
What do you got?
Wow, dumbest isn't necessarily that.
Lily.
Counts off, and it's the good stuff. Antibiotics, oxy.
Do we know if Kevlina would take Betty over Josh at 4? We don't 100% know. If I were to guess, I would say they're not going to
but I'm not stupid.
at this point. Now that Betty has started to kind of kick it up a bit, and also we had Summer openly say that Josh isn't getting her jury vote. Like, I would guess that they kind of recognize at this point that Josh might not be the big jury threat that they think he is. But again, I don't know for sure just yet.
Fix it. You'd only try to get rid of a flashlight if you're using it when you shouldn't.
Dumbest gets more clicks than worse? Probably. Not that I really care that much at this point. But
an attitude like that puts you
to be honest, that kind of makes me want to do worse instead of dumbest anyway. Oh wait, what did I pick? I think I just picked bad option, but whatever.
Jesus, Doc.
Type down worse at first. That's more objective. Dumbest lands up, in my opinion. Yeah. Which is kind of why I feel like I would do worse over dumbest first.
And I could be Dick
but
Grayson, your ward.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's Robin.
I know who it is.
Who's the most primed to win the game? Yeah, it's Kevin right now. Where Kevin seems to be getting respect from the jury and is also in a pretty good spot. I don't see how he goes home this week. Like, I don't think there's a chance outside of, like, if JC and Betty start working together and they figure out that, like, Kevin is, like, the big player here, then, like, maybe, but at this current point, I don't see how Kevin goes home. And essentially at this point, almost everyone, like Josh and Helena are both taking him the final two. And Betty, it's like, I'm kind of leaning that, like, maybe she would take Kevin to final two at this point, now that Josh has put her up. Which at that point, that means it's only Jace that wins. And while but then like Jace is also like a very solid physical competitor, to where like I would not be surprised if she wins out from this point. So like that's the big danger point for Kevin. But if we're just looking at it from a purely like social strategy perspective, I do feel like Kevin is far and away the front runner.
A clue.
Maybe.
What do you think it is?
I don't think it's anything.
What the worst move in Survivor and Big Brother would be? Survivor would probably be Wu taking Tony.
Which is weird.
Especially over Cass. I feel like that's like the clear cut, like he wins if he takes Cass, he loses if he takes Tony, and he takes Tony. He also like openly says that it would be the dumbest move in Survivor history if I take Tony, and he still decides to eventually take Tony. I feel like that's probably the answer for Survivor. For Big Brother,
Yes. Clementine loves to draw with it.
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to her.
I don't know. Like, would it be Cody taking Victoria? I don't fully think so, because at least there's reason for Cody to think that Victoria would beat him because of the deal that they made. And like even Derek himself has said that he would have voted for Victoria. Oh yeah, that's for sure one. Yeah, for Jason in particular, taking Amy. Actually, really for both of them, taking Amy out over Lisa. That's definitely a big one. Because like it's actually like I always thought of it as like, okay, this is a big issue for Jason, but not for Danielle, because like at the end of the day, both of them are taking Danielle to the end. The thing is though is that like Amy was also taking Danielle to the end, and also Danielle would beat Amy. So really, actually, it's probably even worse move for Danielle in retrospect than for Jason, where at least Jason still wins in any scenario at the final three, where Danielle literally like gets rid of any winning chance she has.
I don't know. She's tough to read.
She adores you. Don't worry.
Outside of the next veto, it's all study based from here. I mean that like maybe it is. We'll see. I do wonder if they're gonna change the endgame format.
Why would I?
Because Arista was very open that they're changing the comps before the season started. I don't know if that means the endgame comps, though. So we don't fully know exactly what these endgame comps are going to be, if they're going to keep the same format, if they are going to change it up. But if it is study-based, that's actually... Yeah, I mean, really, it's good for both Josh and Jace. They both seem to know their thing. I would say Josh was very good at this HOH comp. Like, he knew his answers right away. To where I feel like he's probably the best at mental comps right now. But again, Jace is not a slouch either. Kevin got all but one question right as well. So they're still, like, up there. What am I looking for right now? Oh, wait, do I need to talk to Clementine? I think I need to talk to Clementine, right? Or maybe not.
Do you have any pink chalk?
No, it's gone somewhere.
Yeah, and if Josh wins out, Kevin's being taken out. I'm taken along the way. So that's good for Kevin. If Josh, I'm really getting like Kevin just needs to get Jace out.
I found this piece
Once he gets Jace out, he should be primed to win the game. I mean, again, Betty, I think, would give him a run for his money at this point.
Yeah, Duck, I got
I do think Betty has a good underdog story, and I feel like that's something that can eventually lead to her getting votes, especially because like she's obviously going to get like Summer's vote.
Cool.
Like at that point, like that's exactly what like Moose and Herman wanted from her in terms of getting
You didn't break the flashlight.
their jury votes. Like,
No, Mom and Dad.
yeah, it's like it's insane that like Betty is now the like second biggest jury threat on the board. I mean, too fair, JC is, but like again, JC's also like the most likely to go home this week. But yeah, like Betty is definitely someone that Kevin needs to watch out for as well.
Have you found anything else?
But again, we get to the Crash Dummies final three. Like Kevin's won the game. Like I don't. Like, I mean, too fair, juries always change. Like, we saw this in BBCAN 6, where BBCAN 6, everyone left with the intention of voting for Kayla, and then they all talked and realized that, okay, Paris played us all, and then we're going to vote for Paris. So, like, for all we know, the jury can change, but
No, I'm a good guy.
I don't think it's that likely to change beyond voting for Kevin. Because I feel like them all, like, being able to talk, that's good for Kevin. Like, I don't know how that would, like, harm him from a jury standpoint. Especially considering what this jury seems to be respecting. Or I feel like that's probably going to harm Josh as more and more time goes on. And while it might harm Kevin in terms of, like, I think Gino and Jace on the jury might not want to vote for Kevin. What am I supposed to do here? This? Like, I feel like with most of the jury, it should overall help.
See, I did good, huh?
Who's front runner 42? I think Mike is the front runner. Definitely Edgic-wise.
Seriously.
Position-wise, like in terms of like in-game, I would probably say Omer. By the way, I haven't talked about this. We got exit interviews. We got exit interviews from Chanel, which does not seem great for Mike. like she, like her, in the one word association, her word for Mike was emotional. And she's still like ranting in the exit interviews about how like dumb it was that Mike was as emotional as he was, and how there's like hypocrisy over how he is treated with like the moves he made over how she is. So I do not see Chanel voting for Mike at the end, and considering she's the mayor of Ponderosa, not a great spot for Mike there.
Came up with this.
But I mean, she was high on Omer.
That
That was the thing. She was high on Romeo, which was interesting. Who else was she high on?
Okay, we line everybody
But I mean,
up.
she was low on Mike. She was low on High. She was low on Jonathan.
Stealing from that supply is the same as slipping into your room at night.
So yeah, it's
and
interesting.
pulling
It's like
your
she's
clothes
essentially
on the
high
You die.
on most of the people that are not getting a good at it, but then like low on all the people that are getting a good at it, or like most of them. So kind of. Oh, she was low on Drea too. That was another thing.
Who the fuck is that?
Y'all better get your ass
So
out here.
interesting.
We ain't fucking around.
What do we do?
High-ish on Marianne. I mean, like, what'd she say about Marianne? She said that she is,
Stall 'em. Just keep 'em talking.
I forgot the
Whatever it
word.
takes to stop them pulling
What'd she
triggers.
say about Marianne? But it was like, to me, it felt like middle of the road, kind of, not like overly
Stop putting your boot to these doors.
praising Marianne, but like also like definitely not
Take
like
it easy.
bad to the point of like where how she reacted
more
like Mike and
supplies.
High
We can keep
and all
the
of
deal
them.
going.
Oh, she was high on she was high on Tori. That was another one.
It was a mix-up. We'll make it worth your while.
I'm listening.
So yeah, like she's essentially like high on all the people that like are not getting the greatest edits.
We can split the supplies, spread them around.
Or we could just kill you and take it all.
And what about when they run
Remember
out?
when you were high on Romeo? I've never been high on Romeo. Like I know some people have. I've personally never seen it. I'm trying to open my power ranking right now, just get a look at it. But I don't think Romeo's been higher than 8th on my power ranking. By the way, I hate this section. This is the shooting section. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can't stop them anyway.
Get back there, smoke him out.
Where is it? There we go. 42. Yeah, Romeo 9th, 11th, 9th, 7th. So that said 7th, but then 8th, 8th, 10th. So I've personally never been high on Romeo. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Whatever. Wow, this is like really hard to see what you're trying to shoot when everything's so dark.
Get inside.
I think Tori will be a final 3 go. I don't think she makes it that far at this point. The fact that she's being talked about, like the fact that she won 2 immunities in a row, and she was supposed to be like the big target this round had she not won immunity. I think Tori's gone next time she doesn't win immunity. God damn it. I hate this section so much. God damn it. It's still glitched! They even fucking fixed how glitchy this area is.
Gotcha. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't think that's going... Yeah, that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, does it? Like, that's such a weird thing to even add, though. Like, why was that in the show? Like, the Romeo talking about wanting a strong woman, or, like, helping a strong woman win, or whatever. Like, that's such a weird, like, segment to have. When, like, his relationship with Drea just, like, crumbles right away.
Get inside the RV.
What do you think of Chanel's a player? I don't think Chanel's that bad, actually, as a player. Like, I think this was a bad game from her. Oh, fuck off. Are you serious? But I don't think she's, like, that bad of a player. I also think she made the wrong decision in terms of, like, sacrificing her vote, or risking her vote. She obviously wasn't able to really get, like, Mike and High back on board. To the point where, like, they're throwing her bus right away after the merge. But, again, like, she's debatably number 1 out of the boot so far in my power ranking, or player ranking. And yeah, like, I don't think she's that bad of a player in terms of, like, I think she has, like, a good strategic mind for the game.
Get down here.
And to be honest, possibly has one of the best strategic minds in terms of, like, her ability to create plans. It's just that I don't know if it's just that this cast isn't the most strategically savvy in the world, like, as a whole. Where, like, I feel like there's individual people, like Omer, maybe High, but, like, I think as a whole, like, this isn't the most savvy cast we've seen. And I feel like, especially, like, I think her vote on Mike, like, that's the thing that if this was, like, Millennials versus Gen X, no one would really care. That she put, like, a vote on Mike to split, like, in the case of A Shot in the Dark. But the fact that, like, Mike is, like, so insulted by the fact that she put a vote on him when he also voted for her is ridiculous. And I think it's more so an indication of I just think this was not the cast for her. Where I think if she was given a more, like, game body cast, I feel like she probably would excel more.
You're just pointing fingers. I didn't just come up with this. I've had my suspicions.
Why her? It seems like a stab in the dark, Lily.
We want the downfall of a dominant player. I mean, who is that with this season, though?
She could be related to
if we're talking,
are
you talking about BBCAN10? I don't know, anyway, like, if we're talking about Survivors, like, I don't think there is, like, a truly dominant figure here to have that good of a downfall, where, again, like, 41 was really great with the Shan stuff, where, like, a lot of that season was, like, the downfall of Shan in the post-merge. We don't really have that here, I don't feel like unless it's just Omer, but, like, it's not really feeling like it's being set up for a downfall, necessarily. But I suspect it's gonna happen. But it's like, yeah, it's like there isn't really someone to have that big of a downfall here. That's like someone that's in a dominant position. If we're talking about BBCAN, then like with Kevin, it's like I don't know how satisfying that would be for me.
Look, just let
at
me
this
out.
point.
I didn't do it, but I don't like this. I don't like where it's
So he's like, Kevin's like kind of not a dominant figure. It's like he's kind of like a person that's like taking, like, he has a lot of control in the game, not because he's actually like in a dominant position, but more so because like he's actively working really hard and being able to gain leverage in positions where he shouldn't have any leverage. Where's BBCAN10 on global season ranking? It's pretty high. Again, like, I think I'm at the point now. This week has made me go higher on this season than BBCAN9. I think right now I would have BBCAN10 above BBCAN9 after what happened this week. Well, and if Kevin wins, I think it's solid. Like, it's solid above BBCAN9. I still think BBCAN5 is very tough to get above. Like, I think it's... BBCAN5 for me is like, it's kind of just a perfect all-around season. I mean, I guess you have like backwards week, which is probably not the strongest, but outside of that, really strong season there. But I mean, BBCAN10 has been like a very, like, there hasn't been a bad week. And like, probably the worst week was last week, the Moose round, and even that like had a lot of intrigue going on.
I'm starting to think maybe it was both of you.
No! This dumb fuck Walker!
There's no way it was Carly. It was somebody else.
I love how like this entire situation makes no fucking sense if it's Doug.
That's what you think?
Yes.
Okay, fine then.
Yeah.
Kenny?
I don't know.
BBCAN's best when someone named Kevin wins. I mean, obviously, I guess that's the lesson that we've learned now. That every season needs to have a Kevin on it.
What do I have to do for you to trust me? I'll do anything. I'll do what
I hate y'all. Do I like the downfall of Vanessa Russo? Not really. I think Big Brother, it's tougher to have a like satisfying downfall, especially in an endgame position, because Big Brother isn't Survivor. It's not a show that is revolved around its storytelling. It's a show that is trying to show the events of the current week. And I think because that, it's hard to have like an overarching story where like I think the thing, like, there's a major difference between like the downfall of Vanessa and the downfall of Paul. Where like Paul is something that like his downfall is like foreshadowed, because like that is the actuality of the situation, that he continues to lose leverage in the game, in terms of his jury chances. Like pretty much from what the final 7 on.
Tell me.
like he continues to like actively make bad moves that causes him to lose jury votes. And like that's something you can see because like that's the actuality. Like it's ingrained in the story because that is actually what's happening. Where like with Vanessa, there's not much of a downfall there. Like we just see her eviction when Steve votes her out, but like there isn't that much of a like setup of this like, oh, like there's not like Steve at like final like 11 talking about, oh, I gotta get Vanessa out, we're gonna get Vanessa out down the road, like that sort of thing. It's like there's no real setup to the Vanessa downfall. It just happens. So like I never found the Vanessa like downfall satisfying necessarily. I think it's more so like it's a satisfying win for Steve that this person who was kind of in Vanessa's shadow for a lot of the game is able to undercut her at the very end. I feel like that's more of the story, more so than like the downfall of Vanessa.
What are we gonna do with her?
We'll leave her behind.
You're not coming with
And
us.
this can carry over to season 4,
I'll die out here.
but whatever.
I don't care.
You're a murderer, Lily. We can't have you with us.
Alec from David's Goliath doesn't want to do challenge. Why not?
Had Lee with you this whole time.
I don't care.
He
what
seems
you
like a
did
perfect
before.
fit. I guess he's an actor now, right?
Yeah, he told me.
Still.
I don't give a shit. If we keep you with us,
How I think of
how
Kevin
long until you
JC
get
final 2
me?
plays out. I think it'll be interesting, especially because I think JC's in a weird spot right now where like obviously she's the underdog. I think if she gets to the end, she's going to build up that credibility. Obviously, also because like she's going to have to win comps to get there. I think that's something that like a Moose and a Herman are going to respect. Also, even like coming into the jury, Herman was way higher on JC than he was on Kevin. Also, even like in the ranking of the of who would you vote for, I believe JC was number 4 right behind Kevin. So it's like none of these people are like low on JC. And then also they're going to hear about the power that she had, which I don't know if that's going to be a net positive or negative. I don't know if it's going to be a positive in the sense that they're going to be like, okay, she found a power, that's good, she's a good player, or it's going to be like, well, she had the power and didn't use it. Like, I don't know if we're at the point in BBCAN, in Big Brother in general, where advantages don't matter unless you utilize them successfully. Where, like, this is the thing that I think on Survivor has been learned by now, with, like, people like a Xander and people like a Dean who've had, like, advantages but never actually used them to actually gain any leverage in the game. While I don't know if Big Brother has learned that lesson yet. I mean, to fair, I guess Tyler's an example of that, right? Where, like, he the cloud power, or whatever the fuck that was called, where like he tried to use that as a thing and like no one cared. But I feel like with BBCAN, I think people put a lot more credence into finding powers, and that might be something that helps Chase as well. But really, I think it comes down to the Moose and Hermans of the world in terms of that jury scenario. I would still lean Kevin though, but I think there's definitely a chance that Jace could win. Because if it's Jace versus Kevin, Marty is probably voting Kevin. I don't know where Summer goes. Obviously, she didn't have the greatest relationship with Jace. So, like, I would probably lean Kevin. Gino, obviously Jace. Let's say for this argument that Herman and Moose go Jace. Then Josh and Helena vote Kevin.
What about Carly?
And then Betty would probably vote Kevin, right? So I think Kevin would win. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely, like, Jace will definitely get votes, I think. Winning and losing final 2 performances for Big Brother? Probably not. Anytime soon, at least. Because the problem with it is that they're not as interesting as Survivor, because like there's not as much time for them to do anything, especially in recent history. Like I just feel like in recent history, like outside of like the notably bad ones, like there isn't like that much that's interesting about the final 2 performances.
He was on his bike and they wouldn't have trucked throwing things at him. Call them their names.
Rank BB10 if with US seasons again. Like BBCAN 9 for me was. What? I think only behind BB10, BB7, and BB14. Right? Maybe BB6. I forgot where I decided on that. But BBCAN 10 is like in that spot. Like, it's pretty much just one spot above BBCAN 9.
Anyway, if he could live through that.
Yeah, I did hear about the Big Brother UK possibly getting revived. Also, Survivor UK is potentially getting revived. So that's interesting. Ironically, I believe Big Brother UK is being revived by the network that Survivor UK was originally on, which is something. If Jace doesn't win veto, Kevin has it all but locked. Yeah, pretty much.
Get off of me!
Then again, I think she is probably the most likely person to win a Final Five veto, though. But yeah, if she doesn't win, then yeah, Kevin's got the game pretty much. I mean, let's say Josh wins, even if like Josh wins veto here, yeah, they're still gonna vote out Jace, and even then, like Kevin might not even get nominated. I guess Final Four Beyond's like it's wonky anyway, but like, he's for sure not getting nominated this week if, really at all, right? Like there's no situation where he gets nominated this week because like Helena's not going to use the veto, so yeah, Kevin's safe this week. Unless again, the only chance he goes home this week is if Jace successfully convinces Betty that Josh, Kevin, Helena are working together.
Doesn't look like
And even then, I think Josh would still be the priority for Betty.
This seems like a safe area. All this brush.
So, like, that would have to be a situation where Jace convinces Betty that that Kevin's not on her side, and also Josh wins the veto. And then at that point, I think Kevin would probably end up on the block against Helena and then be screwed. But I don't think Jace is good enough, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think Duck's a bit dehydrated.
Yeah. Again, we've talked about it a lot. I think Kevin is in a very, very good spot at this point. Yeah, but like, I just worry comps. Like, I mean, we saw this with BBCAN 4, where Joel, Tim, and Cassandra got to 5. Like, all they needed to do was win the comps to take out Nick and Phil and Kelsey. And really, they just need to get rid of one of them. Where, like, if because, like, at that point, one of the 3 would have to sit next to the remaining, and then they would beat them. Because, like, Nick and Phil and Kelsey had no chance of winning the game against anybody. But, like, they just couldn't win a single fucking competition. And I worry that might happen here, but we'll see. What do you think of the episode? I thought it was a great episode. I thought last night's episode is an all-time great episode. Again, fantastic veto comp. We had the Martian and Moose task, and then we had the gummy bears. I thought last night's episode was an all-time great episode, and then this was also very solid. Again, I don't love the pacing. I think the pacing was a bit fucked. Especially where, again, like, I don't think the jury house segment was necessary. But, still, very, very good episode. Yeah, probably second best triple eviction to me.
Shit. Broken.
Yeah, it is impressive that Helena has been nominated. Because, I mean, like, there definitely have been points where, like, she could have. But yeah, she's kind of gotten out of all those situations. She might be not like. There's a chance she's nominated this week. I mean, to be fair, like if any of the nominees win the veto, she's going on the block this week. So I mean, would not be surprised to see her go on the block this week. But yeah, it is impressive that she hasn't been up to this point. Where rank Helena if she wins? Probably like,
We got one. Walker, sitting in the chair.
I think below Paris is what I would guess. Because I think Helena is like the clear beta of the group. Where like at least Paris was someone that was like, even though her game was like messy at points and whatnot, it's like she was still at least the like main, like essentially the leader of her group. Where like I think with Kevin and Helena, it's like Helena's like very clearly the beta to Kevin. To where like I would consider Helena more of a second command player. So yeah, she's probably what, like 3rd or 4th on a winner ranking.
This guy came back.
But then again, like if she ends up winning against Kevin, then that would kind of like change the perspective a bit. But I don't expect her to be able to beat Kevin. I think it would be a very, very like it would be weird at this point. Like considering what the jury's been saying, like I just don't know how it happens that their perception changes to be pro Helena over Kevin, especially when Marty, who is probably the most likely person to advocate for Helena, going out of the house talking about how he's voting for Kevin. It would just be weird to me. You have 40,000 channel points? That's insane. Sorry, there's like nothing to do with them. I still like. I need to add more emotes and stuff. I do have more slots now. There's definitely a lot of Twitch stuff that I should do. I'm due for. I definitely even just when it comes to just basic stream stuff. There's a lot of stuff I should do. I just haven't done it. Why include BBUK in my year-end list? Probably. Because again, I intend on watching it if it comes back. I probably won't do like any sort of videos on it though, in terms of like individual videos. Just because, especially with BBUK, it's such a big commitment that I'm just not gonna have the time to bother with it. Survivor UK, I'll definitely do. But Big Brother UK, I just cannot bother, especially if it's not gonna be a social strategy game. Yeah, you can highlight messages. You got that. You got yeah, that's what, 100 channel points. So you got well, like 400 more of those.
We got a problem.
What?
We still got the.
Hey, I already answered the where's Kevin rank on the winner ranking thing like a billion times. It'd probably be right below Dane.
A bunch of maps about Georgia cities. Nothing about the train.
JC above or below Jackson? Below. And not really close. JC would be a bottom tier winner if she wins.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can rank like the remaining players, right, in terms of where they would rank on a winner ranking, which, I mean, to be fair, isn't that difficult. I mean, it's Kevin, Helena, Josh, and then like debate between Betty and Jace. I'd probably lean Betty over Jace. I can't do that, right? Yeah. Any news that would be old format or social strategy format? I assume it would be the old format, based on how the UK operates. I would be surprised if the UK like jumps into a social strategy format on a show that wasn't that, or that was a, or that wasn't a social strategy show before. Where I think like the thing with like BBAU and why it's a social strategy game now is because of the success of Australian Survivor. But with BBUK, it's like social strategy games have not done well in the UK, so I don't know why they would change it. Is Kevin a top 10 player? Yes, for sure. I do struggle exactly where top 10, but yeah, he's for sure top 10. I think he's probably top 5. I think there's the argument for that. Where again, like I said that earlier, where like he is essentially in, so like my top 5, I believe, again, I could be wrong, but I believe my top 5 is Dane, Anthony, Emmett, Netta, and I think I missed one player. But either way, like he's in that group. He's probably in that top 5. Is that actually is Netta 4? No, Paris. I forgot Paris. That's what I forgot. But yeah, like he's in that grouping. I still feel like there's probably a bit of high variance to him, to where like I struggle with putting him number 1. Like I don't think he's going to be above Dane. If he wins, I think there'll be an argument between him and Anthony. But yeah, it's like I don't think he'll be number 1 no matter what, but like he'll definitely be. I mean, he's already very high. I'm trying to look up my old list. I had Paris at 4, yeah. Yeah, because I had Paris above Netta, right? So yeah, that makes sense. I got an ad on my own video. Is that something? I realized I had 11,000 views. Yeah, Netta's at 5. John Party at 6. I would actually, yeah, so like, I think I would have him at 5 right now. I think I would have him above Netta. I think. Because I think the thing that's tough for me is that I feel like I can't really separate Netta and John. I feel like they're like so close to where like I feel like they should be back to back. So like for me, is Kevin above both of them or below both of them? And my gut says above. But either way, like he's for sure top. I guess I'll be top 7, right? Like I don't see him going below Sarah Hanlon. I think he should be pretty locked in. What am I doing right now?
You okay out here?
I don't remember.
think
I do struggle with where to land Marty and Summer. Like as of right now, Herman is still number 1. And really, Gino, Marty, Summer. Like they're all like very difficult to rank. I think I have Gino too. That was my initial gut reaction. I'm debating Gino or Summer. The thing is, they're both not good at the end of the day to me. Really, I think Herman is the only person booted so far that I think played like a good game. Even then, I have like holes with Herman here and there, but like really, I don't think anyone that's been booted so far has played that good of a game. So like, I think Gino and Summer like are again a bit unsure where to go there. Like I lean towards Gino being higher just due to the fact that he had more respect from the jury, where it seemed like Gino was the clear-cut winner if he gets to the end. Oh, I need to get the... Okay, I know I need... I'm a fucking idiot. While Summer, had good positioning at points, but also, like, so did Gino early on. Mind you, I think Summers was, like, a little bit more active. But, like, I think Summer, like, kind of just, like, let the game pass her by the end here. Where, like, she didn't really have a great read on what was actually going on. And that's why she's so blindsided by Josh taking her out. Okay, it's not this. You watched my Mass Effect videos despite not playing the game? That's something. Yeah, those are done, right? I think all the Mass Effect videos are out now. So that's something. Does it matter which one you get? I don't think it does, right? Marty's Master was better played than Dane, if you say so. I don't know where to put Marty either. I have him at 4, I guess. Again, Marty is someone that, again, like, was probably the next most respected person on the jury, surprisingly, after Gino. At least from the 2 jurors that were already there. Again, like, I think in terms of, like, Betty, Summer, Josh, I don't know if they were ever voting for Marty. But still, like, Marty had respect from, like, Herman and Moose. And he was someone that, like, I think had a lot of potential to potentially win out. I think if there was anyone on this season that I would have expected to have win out from, like, in the Kevin Martin sort of spot, it would have been, wait, what am I doing? Oh, I'm an idiot. I had to get the fucking thing started first. Okay. Yeah, I'm just being a fucking idiot. So I need to get the thing started. But, like, Marty's such a bad player, though. Like, Marty is definitely one of the worst. I guess it's weird. Like, he's a bad strategic player, but also it's like he does have, like, okay reads at points. But he's, like, so easily manipulated that, like, it doesn't really matter. Who do I want to be runner-up? Probably Helena. I think Kevin Helena, final 2, would be the most satisfying outcome to me. Okay, wait. what do I need to do here again? Okay, no, that's not it. Again, this section goes on for forever, too. I really hate all the train stuff in this game. What are Kevin's jury chances looking like? Based on based on Moose, which I assume through Moose gives us Herman's current opinions, considering he was already in the jury with Herman. It seems like Kevin is the most likely winner left. Where when Moose did his ranking of all the players, he had Marty 1, Marty's gone, Gino 2, Gino's gone, and then 3 was Kevin. Mind you, Jace was number 4, and I feel like if Jace wins out, then... And to be fair, if Jace wins out, then she's not taking Kevin anyway, so it won't matter. But that will obviously excel Jace's winning potential. But yeah, like I assume Kevin is the most likely winner because like we already have Herman and Moose who seem to be on board. We have Marty who's coming into the jury very pro Kevin. If Josh ever gets to the jury, Josh is very pro Kevin. So like that's already enough, right? That's 4 votes. Technically, I mean we have an 8-person jury, so I don't know if Canada's going to get a vote. Which who knows where that really goes.
We need some help getting this train going.
But like I think Betty would probably vote Kevin over everyone left. Yeah, really everyone left, right? I mean like maybe Josh if she's able to repair a relationship with Josh by the time she leaves. But at that point, like I think like Kevin would just outright beat Josh anyway.
God, we need some help getting this train going.
Like really, I think Kevin, like Kevin's won the game if he gets the end against anybody but Jace at this point. And I don't think that's a likely situation anyway.
People take notes, right, when working on stuff like this? We're smart guys. We can figure it out.
I'll get back to it.
Me too.
Wait, what do I have on me right now? Okay, so I haven't picked this up.
Shit, this is it. Instructions on starting the engine.
You get a vote you're voting for Kevin? I mean, if I cared enough, if I cared enough to do, be part of these public votes, I probably would too, but I probably wouldn't bother. But yeah. Okay, so I need a pen, right? Wait, oh yeah, I need it from the van, that's what it is. Okay. But yeah, like, I think Kevin has the game won against everyone else, because, like, again, like, looking at him against Helena, he for sure wins. Like, at that point, Herman and Moose were... Well, I mean, again, like, Herman might have changed his opinion, but based on Moose, it seems like they're pro Kevin over Helena. Marty left the house pro Kevin over Helena. I think in terms of, like, Gino and Jace, like, I think to them it doesn't matter, really. Like, I mean, maybe Gino could be this, like, Shane figure and, like, blames all of his, like, idiocy on Kevin and through that, like, becomes, like, a bitter juror against Kevin. But, like, I think coming out of the house, he is pro Kevin over Helena. Like, really, is it unanimous against Helena? Like, I think that's, like, a possibility. Against Josh, like, it's also, like, looking pretty good. I think in that situation, I could see Gino and Jace being inclined to vote for Josh. But... And then you got Betty, who really could go anywhere in that situation. But, like, everyone else should be Kevin at this point against Josh. So that's 5-3, right? Or 5-3 at worst. And then him against Betty. Again, that one's more interesting. But still, yeah, but like if Betty wins out and everything, that could get her Moose and Herman's votes. But did I even pick it up? I did, right? Whatever. But yeah, like there, let's just say Herman and Moose or Kevin. You got would Gino vote for Betty? I don't know, whatever. Like, I think the Betty situation is like one where there's like a lot of wonkiness, where like that one's not 100% for sure. But like again, Josh and Helena, it's like 100% he's beating them at this point. Does Kevin beat the red gummy bear at the end?
You can read it now.
I mean,
Yeah,
the red
should
gummy
be
bear
able to
made
just
the biggest
follow
move of the
steps to get
season,
these
so
doors.
it'd be
Sounds
tough to
good.
argue against that. Do I think Helena's win equity goes up if Kevin gets evicted? Yes, but that's not going to happen. Because again, like as of right now, it looks near impossible for Kevin to go home this week. So if he gets evicted at 4, he's barely going to have time to campaign to the jury. It's not going to matter. And if he gets voted out 3, he literally has no time to campaign to the jury. So that's not going to matter. But again, like against like Josh, I think she could definitely win. I mean, I think against Betty and Jace, it's probably a bit tougher. And even against Josh, like there's definitely a chance that like it switches back. What am I looking for here? Okay. So it's down, down, up, 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 down, up. Down, down, up, 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 down, up. For 6. Oh, wait, was it? Fuck. God damn it, go there. Okay, was it the opposite then? God damn it. Red Gummy Bear is a better player than Dan. You're talking about Dane then, right? I still love that, by the way, that Marty. Oh, wait, is the lights? No, those are the switches, right? So down, down, up, up, up. Oh, I got that mixed up. Okay, I'm an idiot. Oh, fuck off. God damn it. I got the last part wrong. It's the opposite of this. Yeah, I know what you're... Again, it's all a joke anyway. But I was joking that Marty calls Dane Dan.
Son of a bitch. Whatever you did lit the dash up.
So far, so good.
Oh, is there a new ad for... Again, why are they releasing so many ads but, like, not giving us a release date? That's something I hate about BBAU. Because they do that every fucking time. Just give us a fucking release date. And, like, I know that there's, like speculation of what the date's going to be anyway, because, like, it's going to probably take over, like, The Voice or whatever. So, like, we kind of have a sense of when it's going to start. But, like, can you just, like, actually give us a date, though? Okay, there we go. I already forgot what it was. What is it? Sideways. Okay. So it's just that, right?
Now we're talking.
Let's speculate. I don't remember what it is anymore, but I think it's like mid-May. Let's see. And whenever, like, the week after the Voice Australia finale. Let's see. No, whatever. Either way, it's sometime in May. I don't remember the exact date. Yeah, I already forgot what it is. What is it? Alright, left, right. Is the Gummy Bear a knock against Kevin's game? No. Because the thing is that he came into... Because essentially, the Gummy Bear... Like, it is a knock in the sense that... Like, it's... I mean, okay. It is an element of luck, but it's an element of luck that he actively got to happen to begin with. Because, like, it literally... because, like, before his talk with Marty, it was a 100% chance he was going on the block. By him convincing Marty, he changes that 100% to a 25%. So it's like, yes, it's luck that he didn't pick the red gummy that get himself on the block, but he literally changed the 100% situation of him going on the block to a 25%. chance. And, like, that alone needs to be commended.
Damn it. Of course. We're still attached. Can you go find out where we're stuck and get us unstuck?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I don't consider it, like, an actual knock against this game. Especially considering, like, again, coming into the week, it's like Marty was, like, hell-bent on Kevin's gonna flip because he saw Kevin and Josh talking game. And, like, for him to turn that all around and also, like, use his, like, fake marriage as, like, a thing that he's gonna swear on to convince Marty that he's telling the truth. Like, all that's pretty impressive. I just pushed the wrong thing.
There's gotta be a better way to do this.
Oh, yeah, that's also the thing. Yeah, that entire situation is perpetuated by Summer being given safety as well. Mind you, Summer being given safety also helps out Kevin in the sense that Gino would have never been on the block had Summer not been saved. So, like, that, it's like kind of a double-edged thing there where, like, he got lucky in the sense that he was able to get Gino, his biggest threat in the game, out due to a twist, but also was, like, put in more danger because of that twist.
Took the map of the train routes.
That's fine. You can have that.
Really?
Yeah. I got them all right up here. I guess it's no worse for wear.
It's kind of funny that I didn't even go, like, all in on talking about... Like, I didn't talk that much about Summer's safety in the review. Yeah, the review's, like, still, like, really long for this last week. Like, I obviously mention it in that, like, if it wasn't for that, then the week wouldn't be as crazy as it was, but... Like, I definitely could have gone a lot more in detail. Again, this script's already really long, by the way. It's already, what? 11,544 words. Is where it's currently at. Which I believe, in comparison, let's look up BBCAN 9 review. That review is 8,000 words. So, it's gonna be long. But, whatever. What's released for Circle Season 4 review? It's the week after the finale, I think. Because the thing is, I believe the Circle and Survivor end on the same day, which is really fucking annoying. But obviously Survivor's the priority. That'll be the Saturday video, and then I think the Wednesday video after that will be the Circle. So I think that's the plan.
I'm awful sorry your son's not feeling good.
I appreciate your concern.
Well, with a little TLC, I'm sure he'll be fit as a fiddle in no time. And I can offer y'all whatever I got.
Still, I completely forgot there's the section on, like, there's even more on the train.
We'd like to do the same.
I was thinking, like, we were almost done with this episode, and then I realized that.
Stay with us. We'd like to come.
And you also have, like, the duck stuff, and then with the Omar and Krista stuff. Yeah, someone said, like, this is not going to be the last time you see me on TV or whatever. Which, I don't know, may or may not come back. I don't know, like, is Summer, like, a likely All-Star candidate? Like, if we're doing All-Star, like, if BBCAN10 is All-Stars, is Summer on that cast?
So that's it? We're cut loose?
Like, I think she's probably, like, on the border of making, and I feel like she would only be there because, like, she's on the last season before All-Stars. Where, like, I feel like, yeah, moving forward, like, I doubt Summer would be that likely of a returnee. Yeah, Victoria is definitely the bigger lock. Too bad they could have both, but
Duck's sick.
Get on the train,
I mean, I guess Summer, like, I could see Summer and Victoria being on the same cast.
Let me look at it.
Because I think when it comes to Victoria, I think Victoria and, like, a Brittany from BBCAN3, I think they're, like, more of a similar archetype.
Is the train really a good idea with Duck like
where I think Summer's, like, different enough.
on one thing at a time.
Yes. What can we do here? Get on the train and we find something better. That is the plan.
I think
Betty's more likely in Summer? Maybe. I think they're around the same level, personally.
I'll be up front. I don't want to hear any nonsense until we get where we're going.
I will say that I was looking at the DR count, and Summer has more than Betty, but like Summer's still like lower than I thought. I actually forgot that she was like very quiet in the edit early on. Where like she had a big premiere, but like obviously like no confessional, no DRs, because like there's no real DRs in the premiere. But then like beyond that, like she's not really that present until I think it's like either the end of week 2 or like beginning of week 3. So I don't know how they feel about Summer. Why Brittany declined BBCAN 5? Did she decline BBCAN 5? I don't know that we know for sure that she did. But, I mean, like, what? That was around the time... Wasn't she, like, getting married or something around that time? I feel like that was the thing. So that might have a factor. Watching Survivor Michigan Season 3 right now, it's so good but so toxic. Yeah, it's a great season. But, like, it's a great season because, like, these people, like, seem to legitimately not like each other. And, like, supposedly from what I've heard, like, they actually don't, even years later. But it's a really fun season. Like, I think it's technically the best Survivor Michigan season. Yeah, I still have more of a connection to Season 1, but I think Season 3 is probably, like, the technical best season.
Lee, I need you right now. I need you to go get Ken.
What's up?
Would you get that off his face? My hands are full here.
Why they all hate each other? I mean, I just don't think they, a lot of the personalities clicked. I think some people also, like, took the game too seriously, and then, some people didn't take it seriously, and that was, like, an issue with some people. But, oh wait, this.
Thank you. Could you just get that off his face, please?
Yeah, it's like a multitude of reasons.
He's out of time. We need to stop this train.
Okay.
Please.
Alright, where are we going? We have to go to Kenny, right? Yeah, Cassie and Austin. Cassie annoyed me, particularly in the in that one tribal. Austin's like kind of like this like the stereotypical, like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's like he's essentially like a Jacob Derwin kind of figure, right?
Kenny.
What?
Ken.
What the hell's that?
Where like he's like this super fan that like at the beginning plays pretty poorly, and I don't know too fair. He's kind of playing poorly the entire time, but like also like kind of gets a bit too like emotionally invested in it.
Fuck up, man. This is over.
And like kind of cares more about like friendship than he cares about the actual game.
I got a real family I'm trying to protect.
Yeah.
Not that fucking sham you're running back there.
Ben and Will are toxic. Yeah, they're fantastic TV, I guess, if you will. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this. I did not mean to do that.
Somebody's got to knock some sense into you.
Well, this kind of probably fucks my relationship with Kenny.
Just leave me the fuck alone! I don't need you, and Doc doesn't need you!
Is there anyone that like each other in the season? I mean, like, yeah, there's people that do like each other, but I think a lot of the cast doesn't like each other.
You're not helping my family! You're not helping Clementine! You're not helping anybody!
Oh, fuck off. Okay, well, that was me being an idiot.
I fucking hate you, Lee. You hear me? I don't know what to do.
Does BBCAN10 have the worst cast gameplay-wise out of any North American season?
Stop the train.
I don't know. I don't know if it's out of any North American season. I think it's for sure out of BBCAN. right? I mean, like, BBCAN 4 is, like, also pretty bad, especially when you, like, take out Mitch. But, I mean, yeah, BBCAN 9 is definitely the answer for BBCAN. I think when we were talking about BBUS, it's like, I don't know. Like, how, like, BB11, like, is that kind of up there? But I think, BB11 still has, like, Kevin. You have Jesse playing pretty well at point. Even Natalie is, like, again, like, terrible at managing her perception, but still, like, a very active player.
In case you haven't figured that out.
Actually, BB13 is probably the worst, right? BBUS? Maybe?
What do you need?
I mean, obviously you have BB19, but it's like, you have Paul, though. Which I think kind of, like, offsets it a bit.
This is not possible.
What are we gonna do?
And really, a lot of the players there aren't playing, like,
Can't allow him.
actively bad. They're just, like, kind of playing, like, too passive.
What if he doesn't?
Where, like, BBCAN is not everyone playing, like, actively bad.
My son more than life itself. I need you to hear.
Because, like, and even with BB19, it's like, it's also a situation where, like, Paul becomes this massive goat at the end. I guess not massive goat, but, like, becomes a person that is, like, beatable at the end anyway. So it's like, despite, like, again, Josh allowing him to take a lot of control, it's like, it's also like, Josh recognizes by the end that he could probably end up beating Paul.
Jesus, this is our son.
I know, but we know it's here or nothing.
Fuck.
Again, like, Christmas was playing, like, well for, like, the first half of
You
it.
don't have to.
So that's something. Until she, like, kind of gives up by the end.
Got your shit to a camp, she can handle it.
Shut up, Lee. He's right. No.
14's terrible without the coaches. That's probably true, too.
You should remember him as the silly boy.
Yeah, who is the best player on 14 without the coaches? Like, is it Danielle? Maybe Shane? I mean, realistically, it's Shane, but still. It's like, it is a really bad group. Where, like, again, Ian has the win out from, Final 9 on. You have,
Be with him.
Frank, who's, like, has the win out from the very beginning, pretty much. Or, like, barely squeak by certain votes, and a lot of that's, like, not really due to much that he's actively doing. It's more, like, due to the work that, like, Boogie's putting in.
What's happening?
So, yeah, it's probably Shane. Because, like, I mean, Shane, like, he's, like, in a lot of danger early on, but, like, a lot of that's because he's, like, tied to Willie.
Buck is dying.
I know.
So it's like, I don't really fault him too much for being, like, targeted week 2.
What is Katya doing?
She's putting him out of his
I
business.
should have said she's killing him. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, BBCAN9's really bad, though. And that's why, like, with this week, I did struggle, like, really, like, the entire, like, is Gino worse than Jed and, like, all that sort of stuff. I still think Jed's move is worse than Gino's.
Walkers aren't dead.
Where, again, like, Jed is literally in a position where he essentially just fully offers himself up to be on the block by the end of it, while Gino didn't even want himself on the block, but kind of, like, does it as a sign of trust and gives him a 25% chance of going on the block. Like, that's very different circumstances, even though it leads to the same result by the end of it. But, like, I think Gino's is still, like, a better move. But yeah, I mean, something about, like, week 6 or the final 6 round, though, of BBCAN 9 that I think makes it, like, a bit more special. Really, I think that's one of the best weeks in all of Big Brothers, because, like, it's, again, everyone is playing poorly. Like, everyone is making the move that's against their best interest. And yeah, it's, like, really, like, a legendary week in my eyes. Is JD the only player that watched my videos? I didn't even know JD watched my videos. Or maybe I did hear them a ways back, but I don't know. I like, some SA people, like, I know Dino watches my videos, or has watched my videos in the past. then
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
I don't know. Are there any other actual players? Like I know like other like I know like Mike Bloom has watched some of my videos, but like he's not a player obviously, but he's still like a survivor like known person. Oh.
What do we do?
Yeah, you do it. Are you? I keep forgetting. Are you supposed to like if you're trying to side with Kenny? Are you supposed to let him kill him or not? I think you are supposed to kill him for Duck or kill Duck for him. I mean, right? Yeah, we should have done it. I fucked up here. Whatever. Is Mike Bloom the one that has beef with Big D? Does he? I don't think so.
It'll be okay. It'll be.
Oh, are we talking about Taryn? Is that who you're talking about with Big D? Or like Big D was like upset at like Taryn's analysis and everything? Betty Kevin Final 2 would be funny. Yeah, it'd be again. It's the Kevin Karen thing again, but like also like it's kind of a weird one where like they actually become friends though by the halfway point. But yeah, it would be a funny way to end the season. I think it would be very disappointing though if Betty ends up beating Kevin. If like that ends up being the final two and then Betty ends up winning. But yeah, I can assure you, Taron Armstrong does not know that I exist. I can assure you that. Like I'm pretty confident that's the thing. Especially like yeah, I listened to his interview with Peridium, and yeah, he seems to like know nothing about the like YouTube sphere.
What do you think it's about?
What Chuck said.
Of like Survivor content and stuff. Oh, by the way, I haven't talked about that. I love how like Hamza was wrong on the spoilers. Like I avoided spoilers the entire day because I knew I was going to be able to watch it live. So I was like, well, then I don't want to get spoiled. And I love how like I did that for like nothing. Tam might know if I did well in the stock watch. I mean, I was like what 5th place or something.
Say it to me, asshole. What you said to my girl.
Or no, I was 6th place. I think BBCAN10. I was like 6th place at a point.
Fucker. Okie dokie. She's gonna.
Yeah, I mean he's like a.
Yeah,
he wouldn't know
But
who I
I'll throw
am.
your sorry ass off this fucking train.
Now we're both scared. I don't know much.
Yeah, like in BBCAN 9, I was literally a minor move away. Or no, I did something like I was what was it? I think it was week like 4 or something. There was like a 5-way tie for first place, and I was doing the exact same moves as those people, except for I put like my extra stock. Like I had extra money, so I put like 1 stock on Roe, and Roe ended up like slightly going. Or I think Roe stayed the same at a 4 or something. And I lost like a sliver of money to where I got like right below those people that were in first place. So that was kind of annoying. Because if I end up being like if essentially if Roe went from a 4 to a 5 that week, I would have been the like number 1 person and the only number 1. But because that move like ended up backfiring, I ended up being like right below the people at number 1. Oh fuck, we have to cut Clem's hair. God damn it. Forgot about that too.
Jesus. You got her running around with a mop that's going to act like a belt.
Is JC a better player than Beth?
Find some scissors in my pack and take care of that hair before Walker does it for you. And then show her how to use a gun.
Probably.
Like it or not, that's what saves your life from here on out. Okay.
Maybe.
Explain to her how they work.
What does the winner get? Stockwatch? Nothing. I mean, you get like a badge next to your name on the website, but like pretty much nothing.
They have.
Seeing another little girl die might just do me in.
I hear you.
Again, it's just a game you play for fun.
Haircut and a gun. It's good advice.
It's something.
But yeah, like Jason versus Beth, it's like Beth is like a player that's like actively bad a lot of the time.
Somewhere. Been sort of on my own.
Where like Jace is someone that's like kind of the opposite, where she's like too passive most of the time.
Sorry to hear that.
No wonder.
But like there's like slivers of like points where like Jace is actually doing good work. Like you got like week 2, it's like she gets put on the block by Marty. Immediately after, she like recognizes that that she needs to do that she needs to like start making relationships, so she like actively does that. You have the Jess week where Jess is HOH. She like actively makes a relationship with Jess to keep herself and Gino safe, and is successful in doing that. This last week she did good work early on after Gino was backdoored, to where she pulled in Betty and Summer and got them to initially agree to work with her, and like Kevin and Helena end up undoing all that work by the end of the week. But again, like she was still like she was still able to at one point pull them over. I was like, I feel like JC like it's probably like a better player than most people say, but again, like it's still like way too passive at the end of the day. Yeah, I need to go here still, right? Oh wait, what the fuck? Reggie is blind. Is she fully blind? I remember I heard something about that, but I thought it was like one of these situations like a Roxroy, where like they're like gonna be blind eventually, but like they're not actually blind yet.
Aren't many of us left.
Yeah.
I think BBCAN10 or BBCAN11 is All Stars. I think if a season in the next few years is going to be All Stars, 11 feels like it's going to be.
Not much use in describing people
Again,
by who
10 felt like the right time. They didn't do it at 10. I think 11 could be it in the case of them like doing this like sort of like second chance situation, where like they didn't want to do it for like 30, so they had the All Star season at 31. That could be a thing here, but it's definitely not a guarantee. Like I think it's a thing that production for sure wants to do. I just think that if they're still worried about the show being canceled, I just don't think they take the risk in doing it.
He had some. He explained himself.
Because again, with Big Brother seasons, it's just ratings have never really, or like All-Star seasons have never really done well ratings-wise.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And even BBCAN 5 is the worst rated season of the show.
Okay.
And it was only half returnees.
Well, we'll figure out a plan for when we get to Savannah. Teach you how to protect yourself and tidy up a little, so you can't get grabbed so easily.
I'd like that.
I don't know who they would cast at this point, though. Like, there's so many people to fucking pick that it's just gonna be weird when we eventually get a BBCAN All-Star. Like, it's weird that we had, like, Australian Survivor have All-Stars after 4 seasons. Yeah, we're at BBCAN and we're 10 seasons in and still not an All-Star season.
3 months ago, I know what you'd be seeing. I don't know if I would have taken
In a position where, like, I would have been okay if BBCAN had All-Stars at BBCAN 5. Like, BBCAN 5 to me should have been All-Stars. Like, I felt like there were enough people there. And to be fair, I think that's the reason why they didn't go full All-Stars at that point, is that I assumed that they tried to do it and they couldn't. That they, like, couldn't get all the people that they wanted, especially because, like, I know, like, Emma and Jillian had contractual things with The Amazing Race that they couldn't be on. I'm sure, like, certain other people said no, so it's like, I'm sure they tried to do All-Stars there. But still surprising that we're at the point now where we still haven't had it. Does BBCAN 10 have good ratings? I am not sure what... Like, I know it's number 2 of the night, I believe, on Wednesdays. I think I saw that. But I'm not entirely sure how it's doing, like, every episode, and I also don't know how it's doing in terms of,
Don't be afraid of it. It's just a thing.
Actually, no, it's not number 2 of the night, is it? It's number 2 of the time slot on Wednesdays. Either way, which is actually not that good, actually, now you think about it, considering it's on at 7 p.m. But, yeah, I don't know how it's doing in comparison to other seasons, so not 100%.
Line up the site at the end with your
JC winning POV is what saved the episode for you? I'm kind of, like, fine with whatever. Like, I was fine with JC going, I was fine with JC winning the veto. It's fine either way. I think Summer leaving here is probably for the better. I think it leads to a more interesting end game here. Now that we're at 5. Actually, I don't know. But, like, if JC ends up winning out at this point, I think it would be underwhelming. Especially considering how well-positioned Kevin would be if JC didn't win out.
Don't lock your elbows. Okay, let's take your first shot. Squeeze the trigger smoothly, and I'll cover your ears. Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, overall it was fine if Summer leaving here, though.
My hands hurt. I don't like this.
Let's take.
Like, I don't know what else she had to really bring to the table at this point. I think she kind of ran out of runway in the game. Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Aim a little bit more to the left.
Higher? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. God damn it, I was looking at the screen again. Okay.
To the right. Lower.
Oh, okay, fine. I guess that worked. Whatever.
Good shot.
As long as Selena and Betty don't win this season. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but Betty's in a decent spot to win at this point. Like, if Betty is able to get to the end, like, essentially, if JC doesn't win out, and then Kevin is taken out along the way, Betty is the most likely winner at that point, I feel like.
A little bit more to the left. Aim a little higher.
Like, it's definitely a possibility.
There you go. Nice.
Because as of right now, how I look at the jury is I feel like the priority for the jury is Kevin 1, Jace 2, Betty 3, Helena 4, Josh 5. So it's like, if Betty ends up getting to the end with Josh, I think Betty would win at this point. If Betty gets to the end against Helena, Betty would probably win. I think even against Kevin, you can argue a way that she wins, especially if she's able to get, like, Moose and Herman.
Okay, I feel good.
Thought the winner of Survivor Africa Panama died? Is that really a thing? I already forgot her name, but yeah, I didn't know that. Let's see, Tebby. Spoiler for Survivor Africa Panama. But yeah, I didn't know that. Oh wow, a while ago too. Like 6 years ago. Well, that's surprising. She died at the age of 34. She's pretty young. Huh. Is Ty top 10 player BBCAN? To me, he's kind of on the border. I don't remember who's towards the bottom. He's above Adam. I had Adam at 10, right? But then again, I wouldn't have Adam. Like, I would probably have swapped Adam and Kevin Martin, I think, at the time. Like, is what I was thinking. So, like, is Ty better than Kevin Martin? Maybe. Maybe not. Did Johnny make my top 10? Johnny made my top 10, right? Which I think I would bump... Like, I'd probably bump Johnny down at this point. Oh, I need to cut her hair, too, right? Yeah, Johnny was 9. I think I would probably... So, like, I think just based on when I made that list, I probably would...
They look clean enough.
Bump Johnny... Like, I'd probably put Kevin above Johnny and Adam. Is what I think I would do. And then at this point, Kevin would knock out... Kevin... What is this Kevin's last name? Jacobs, right? Anyway, this season, Kevin... I think he would knock off... Adam for sure at that point. But then, like, would Ty... Yeah, so essentially it's the Ty versus Kevin Martin at this point. It's like... I don't know. Like, I like, it's like, are they changing comps in the end game here? I think that'll play a factor, because, like, if the Kevin Martin game is still repeatable, then I would probably have Kevin above Ty, I think. Who do I have at 8 again? I have Godfrey at 8, right? And then Sarah at 7. I don't know if I would have Sarah that high anymore. Would I have her above Godfrey at this point, though? Because the thing is, like, again, I don't think Sarah's that good of a player in terms of, like, Big Brother as a whole, but I think she's, like, at the time that she played, she was the perfect BB Can player. in the sense that she is the type of person that's always going to benefit from these twists and someone that's going to be well liked by the public and everything. But like, I don't know if that's what the current meta of BB-Can is anymore.
Hi.
To where, like, I think at the point that we're at with BB-Can10, I don't know if this is the game
Oh no. What happened?
that Sarah would be
You have to talk about your hair.
like
It's not
that
safe.
benefited by at this point.
That's not nice.
What?
Are you saying it smells?
No.
'Cause it
So I don't know,
does.
maybe Sarah would go below even Kevin Martin.
Do you remember when Andy St. John grabbed it and I got mad?
Yeah.
And then would like Ty be above
Could
Sarah?
do it again. And if it's
Either way, like Ty's bordering on the list either way.
Just a
Like
trend,
he's like
right?
essentially fighting for that
I
10
need to cut
spot.
it
I feel
short
like.
enough so that it can't get grabbed.
Yeah, Dane's still number one, and I feel like it's tough to beat Dane on BB-Can here, especially from like only one
I guess
season.
not.
Don't mow. It's a good thing.
It's like you would have to like fully like have. I mean, you'd have to like have complete control of the game, but then also like face some
I
adversity
wanna look like a boy.
and still overcome that.
So you did kill someone before.
Which Super is kind of the Dane thing, but I think the thing that like the minor issue I have with Dane is the fact that he takes out all of his
Lots of
pawns.
things now.
Where like he's really good at selling himself up as this like this person that has the pretty boys and then has the like what was it the SD and SD Kira Damien group.
Okay.
But then like he
About
like
that.
just allows that group to be taken out one by one by one. Where I think in a more optimal like if he had played more optimally, he would have been able to like pick off people from both sides along the way. Because I think that definitely put him in danger to the point that that's why he's like in the danger spot at the final five, where he has to bank on Anthony and has to convince Anthony to keep him around. Which like he does impressive work in doing, but like he wouldn't have been in that spot to begin with had he not already taken out all of his other allies. What was bad about Kevin's winning game? We're talking about Kevin Martin, if we are a lot. Like, I mean, he's on the bottom. He's in a position where he needs to win a comp literally every round from what the final 8 on? And even final 9, he's saved by William using the secret, which, to be fair, that you can get some agency to with him building the bomb William, but then also he didn't know that was the thing that was going to save him there. But then even beyond that, like he gets benefited by a triple eviction, which allows him to skip 2 rounds of the game, or 1 round, I guess technically, right? But yeah, like just the entire element of his comp run, which again, like some of it is like benefit. Like you have to credit him for essentially breaking the game in terms of figuring out exactly like what the comps were and like what questions they asked, and then studied specifically for that. But again, like I think as like BB-Can continues on, and especially now that we're at the point where like they're actively trying to shake up their challenges, I do question how repeatable that is, especially in the modern day. Summer, she knew the Big Brother? Yes. I mean, answer's yes.
Found this if you want.
I mean, I don't know. Summer like claimed that she had watched some live feeds before, but the sense that I get is that she's someone that like, again, she had like a friend, like she had like a coworker, right? That was like a Big Brother fan that wanted to be on the show because she hated her coworker and wanted to spite her. And the sense that I get is that once she figured that out, she watched like some episodes and then maybe watched like feeds of like, I don't know if it was BB-Can9 at the time, or maybe it was like BB-23 or something. But then I assume that like because she was already doing research in the Big Brother, because she hated her friend, then that's when she like looked up some feeds, more so than the fact that she's actually like a feedster and everything. But yeah, like I don't think Summer knows Big Brother that well. Which I don't think a lot of this cast knows Big Brother well, and I don't think a lot of BB-Can9's cast know Big Brother well. I don't think that's like what BB-Can is trying to cast anymore. Like we kind of got like obviously we got Kevin and Jess this season who were like 2 massive super fans, and then Even Helena is like a pretty big fan. Marty's a pretty big fan, but yeah, you still have a lot of people that like don't really know what they're doing.
Hey, man. You and me,
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, Betty is the first woman all season to win an HOH. That's kind of insane. Considering like again how varied the comp results have been. It is weird how like women have been winning vetoes, right? Because like JC's won vetoes.
once we get to Savannah,
Helena won a veto. Wait, what am I doing? Wait, I have to get him out, right?
You get that hair sorted?
yeah, I don't think she cares for it.
She will.
Oh fuck, we're at an hour and 50 already.
Hey,
Yo.
Okay, so there's nothing there. I have to get Kenny out. So
hey. Yeah.
there we go. If you need a drink.
Needed a drink.
I think the winners of Big Brother Australia have a target on the back. I don't know. I don't know what the perception of these people are. Like maybe, but I really don't know anything about like these people's relationships with each other and all that stuff. Like I feel like obviously if it was like Big Brother or Survivor, I feel like that I'd be able to gauge a lot more. But like US, but yeah, BB Australia, I don't know a lot of the alumni there. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Tim as my winner pick just because why not? He's the only person that like I know extensively
I was the one
on
who
this
gave the
cast.
bandits supplies.
What?
Well, episode 3 is such a weird episode, isn't it? It's like a lot of like
It's all my
it's like a lot of like little things happen over the course of this. Who do better on Survivor Zendaya? Is it Zendaya or Zendaya? Daya, right? Yeah.
Say something.
Or Tom
please.
Holland.
I deserve everything. Everything I got coming to me.
Probably neither.
What do I do?
I don't see either of them like doing
They said they had
particularly
my
well.
friend, that he was with them. By the time I realized they didn't, it was too late. They said they'd kill
Do I
me.
wait till the cast are out?
All
I
of
don't
us.
care about PBAU to I don't really make a formal winner pick. Like I mean with I picked Marley like solely off of his picture. Like I never read any of the bios for BBAU the last season. Like I saw the picture they released on their Twitter with like the tagline under them. I was like, okay, Marley seems like the person that's gonna win this.
My mom isn't going to like it.
But yeah, like I legitimately like just don't actually care about PBAU to make a winner pick. It doesn't matter to me who wins, and it doesn't matter to me if I'm actually right or not.
It's probably had to be rough. I want to talk about Savannah
Me too.
and what we're gonna do when we get
Do I like Tully and Drew?
Expect.
I don't know if like is the right
Totally
term.
under control. The thing is, you and I, we're a team, you know? And a team needs a plan. Aside from everyone,
I think most time Tom Holland plays, he's an early merge boot. Potentially. I don't know, how physical is Tom Holland?
Good.
Like that's something I don't know. Like is he like this is he that buff?
I think we
Like
should
obviously he's
put
Spider-Man and everything, but
Really?
Yeah, you need to know
when I
they're
think of
okay.
Tom Holland, I think of him as like kind of a lanky guy.
I'm sure they're okay.
Yeah, like I never pay attention to like how would Tom Holland do in challenges.
You want him to be?
Don't be ridiculous. I don't want you to get hurt any more than you have. Let's look at the map. If we can figure out where they were, we can start there.
Okay, let's.
He's ripped.
Looks like we'll
Well,
come right through town if there's nothing on the tracks to hold us up.
Yeah, that'd be good or bad.
Here. What do you think?
They always stay in the same place.
Trevor's the
when we go
first
there.
person to win $1 million. Actually, what is the prize? I just realized, like, I don't even know what the prize is on BBAU.
Once.
Is it what, $500,000? Or is it like $250,000?
Tails on here.
Because I'm pretty confident it's not $1 million, right? Because like even Australian Survivor's
They've got
$500,000.
really tasty desserts.
So like, there's no way that fucking Big Brother Australia is giving out that much money at this
Something
point.
Mar.
Is this it? The Marsh House?
The Marsh House.
Yes, that's it.
So we'll head there.
Yes!
You think
Yeah,
we have a
$250,000.
I think it's very good.
Oh yeah, just this last season was a $250,000 before. Oh yeah, I forgot they like took away prize money and stuff in the season before. I forgot about that. That was fucking dumb. Yeah, I guess most of the time it's a $250,000. Yeah, season 4 is the only time someone won $1 million.
Promise.
All right. How do you feel?
So that's something.
Good. Better. I'm glad we have a plan.
And you're a good little chef.
Thanks.
I guess we should see how far.
Oh, shit! Hold on!
Taeyeon declined. Wouldn't be too surprising. I know people wanted her, right? Let's see how everyone's changing their... Yeah, I don't get the usernames on Twitch. Because, like, I feel like what I'm seeing on my... Because I have the chat open, both on my phone and on my, and on desktop. But, like, I'm seeing different colors for certain people on both.
Maybe we could walk.
It's like, I never actually understood, like...
Stupid, Ben.
Like, I mean, I guess on, like, mobile, what I'm guessing is that it only shows up as a color if you pick a color. Because, like, a lot of names are coming up black. But then, yeah, like, Retro Robbie's blue. Was previously green. Jaws orange.
Gas or diesel.
Yeah, like, most names are black, though.
You gotta get a hold of yourself.
Well, like, in desktop, it's, like, a whole bunch of colors. So, I don't know.
Shit.
This.
Yo, you keep screaming.
Is Kevin Strong playing Eric Stein?
You guys gonna be trouble?
Probably.
Because we could have just kept walking.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's a better player. Like, I think I'm probably more impressed with what Kevin's done.
Worse. It tends to come hand in hand with groups of
Where part of what's so impressive about Kevin's game is the fact that he was never actually formally in any sort of power structure and was still able to have as much influence as he had. Like, it's like the fact that he was that he's been able to, like, manipulate Marty into doing what he wants, manipulate Jess into doing what he wants, getting out his, like, targets, and, like, I mean, Gino's, like, kind of a wonky one, but, like, getting rid of, like, Herman, get rid of, like, Tanisha, like, there's a lot of, like, points where, like, he has direct control of what's going on in the game, despite the fact that he's not in, like, a majority alliance at any point.
They're what you think we need. We're doing fine.
For now.
Where, like, Eric is, like, essentially the leader of his alliance.
I'm Omid.
Krista, what's the deal with the train?
And, like, while, like, Eric faces a lot of adversity from the fact that he's America's player and still plays an impressive game, it's, like, it's kind of it's a different game. And, like, while I think, like, overall, in terms of, like, in terms of a winner ranking, in terms of, like, the amount of control they had, like, the amount of, like, dominance they had, like, I feel like Eric would have, like, technically been a more dominant winner had he won than Kevin. But I think Kevin's game as a whole is, like, more impressive to me as, like, just in terms of, like what I expected from him and what he's actually able to do based on the positions that he's in.
What's your story?
Kevin's good at making weak social players see him as a goat. Yeah, it is funny that, he is perceived to be a pretty weak player. I do wonder if that perception is going to change now that we're closer to the end. But, like, again, like, coming into the week where the Marty backdoor was supposed to happen, like, Gino and Jace were talking about, like, they were going to drag Kevin and Helena to the end because they didn't think they had a shot at winning. Then you have, like, Herman leave the house and think that Kevin is not playing the game and that he's this massive goat. But it seems like the perception's changing, both from the jury and, like, potentially inside the house. But, like, it's kind of, like, at the point now where, like, even though the perception is changing in the house, it doesn't matter because, like, he's with all of his allies anyway. Where, again, like, it's only Jace that he's in any true danger from at this point. So it's like, despite his, like, overall threat level becoming a bit more apparent now, it's like he's there with Helena, who's going to take him to the end. He's there with Josh, who's going to take him to the end. He's there with Betty, who can take him to the end. So it's like, even though his threat level's there, like, it doesn't matter as much anymore.
There's no way I'm pulling anything apart down there.
Better game, Tommy or Cody? Probably Cody. Tommy faces a lot more adversity, though. Like, again, I think it's a situation where, like, Tommy's game's more impressive to me. But,
Let's go talk to your people, man.
Cody's the one that had, like, more control all around.
Guys, this is Omid and Krista.
Not big on welcomes.
Like
Better twist Edge of Extinction or Dead Man's Island? Edge of Extinction.
We just wanted to
Still.
say hi.
Like, I fucking hate Edge of Extinction, but Dead Man's Island's terrible.
The plan is to cut that tanker
Where, like, 2 people come back at the final 3.
Enough to me.
You want to start in on that tanker?
I'll get to know the girl for a minute, if you don't mind.
And why don't I show you how this thing works, in case something happens?
Really, Ken?
It's probably for the best. Someone might
We're over
want to have
2
a look
hours
inside
now.
of that station.
But yeah, like, again, this is... I'm still planning on this being a short stream. We'll finish episode 3 here, which is probably like 15-20 minutes away from being done, and then we'll call it a night. I got like no sleep last night. Like, I didn't finish stream until 4 fucking o'clock last night. And I had to go into work early today, and then...
Like the new girl?
Which is why, again, I was able to watch Triple Eviction live. Which is why I decided to stream to begin with, but...
Come on.
Still.
Clementine and I are checking out this train station, all right?
Are Vanessa and Lorette active in the SA community? I don't believe so. I think Vanessa, if I remember right, I think Vanessa has, like, some social media. But I don't think Lorette is anywhere. Like, I don't know if she's someone that you can find stuff about nowadays. Oh, well, that's me being an idiot. The Cokers know that I have a YouTube channel. Some. Not everyone, though.
Wait for me before trying to open doors.
Sorry.
Luckily, it's locked. We'll get better at working together.
So what do we do here again? It's this, right?
The window's open up there.
Maybe I could look in?
Cannot? Oh, do you have to go to her? That's so fucking creepy. It's fucking a hand symbol when you, like, to interact with Clementine. Cokers watch reality TV. I know one that does, but no one else, I don't think.
Lots of crates and stuff.
Well, like, to the people that I mention that I have a YouTube channel, I do mention that, I talk a lot about Survivor. And, yeah, almost no one watches Survivor.
I think I opened it.
For real?
I think so.
Like, in my real life, like, I don't know really any, like, I know no one that, like,
Let's go.
takes Survivor seriously, like I do, obviously. But, like, even beyond that, it's like, even, like, in terms of, like, people that watch reality TV, like, social strategy reality TV, at least, like, even casually, like, I don't even know that many people.
God damn, it's dark in here.
Maybe I can hold the door open?
I don't like that. I'll prop it open with something.
Like, this is fucking dumb, too, isn't it? I forgot whether they put a timer to where if you run out of time, they go back outside. Just for you have to go back in, then look for it again. It's fucking dumb.
Locked up good.
It's that, right?
There's some space up there. Not much.
We're lucky I'm so little.
People that take it the most serious are... Yeah. I mean, there's lunatics out there that care too much.
Locked up good. Can't reach them from here.
But to be fair, I think that's like pretty much with everything. Even beyond like reality TV, I think like it's pretty much like most fan bases.
There's some space.
That's just the thing.
Not much.
We're lucky I'm so little.
Yeah, we are.
What do I need here? Oh, do I have to do this again? Okay, fine.
Going over the top of this fence?
Yeah, definitely.
Go on and grab the keys, Clem.
See, this area looks a lot better in the remaster. But for some reason, like, some of these areas are fucked.
Behind you!
Like, just, like, fucked with the lighting. Okay, and that's, like, one of those. His favorite sport? I don't really have one. I don't really care about sports. Oh, fuck off. Okay, cool. I almost fucked that up. Like, there was a point when I was, like, younger where I was into basketball. But, yeah, I've never been a big sports person. Like, I used to be big into the Olympics.
It's okay.
But still, it's like, I've never been, like, I'm usually, like, a person that, like, I'll watch, like, the big events sometimes. Especially, like, when I was younger, not really as much anymore. But again, like, the Olympics I'd watch, I watch, like, the Super Bowl and stuff like that, but, like, I'm not gonna, like, go and watch, like, a random fucking football game that's on. Like, I don't care enough.
Fuck, it's still locked.
It's so dumb. Like, the amount of, like, little button presses you would do in this section's dumb. I don't know what Frankie Grande is doing. What is he doing?
That didn't go so good.
No, it did not go so good. But we're okay. Everything's okay.
No, I'm not going to stream next Thursday.
I thought I heard a gunshot.
We're fine.
My work schedule's a bit more normal next week. I will say, actually, I believe the BB-CAN finale date, though, I have a similar schedule to today, to where I'm probably going to be able to watch it live. I don't think I'm going to stream, though. Like, ideally I would, but I don't think I will, just because that's going to need a really quick turnaround on the review, to where I'm going to for sure need to, like, get the script, like, done and everything by the end of the night, which, to be fair, I did today as well. But, like, considering I'm assuming that's going to be, what, like a 2-hour finale, you would assume? So that means it's going to be over at 10. I need to write the entire end of the script and everything. So it's like, by the time I'm done with that, like, it's probably going to be, like, to be fair, maybe, like, if I can get done by midnight or something, maybe I will stream, like, briefly, like, tonight. Especially if we're, like, still playing Telltale, which probably will be towards the end of. Like, something that I do like about playing these Telltale games in these shorter streams is that, like, there's kind of a definitive break-off point. Where, like, here, it's like, once I finish the episode, it's, like, kind of an easy point to just, like, call it a night. Unlike if I were playing any other game, it doesn't really feel like there's as easy of a break-off point, where I feel like I'll probably just end up going way too long. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, I need to grab the thing. That's fucking dumb, too. Actually, initially, I was thinking of streaming some Forbidden West side content instead of this.
I'm not ready for a gun.
Because that's the thing, like, I talked about this last night, where, like, I'm, like, kind of burnt out on games in general, in terms of, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel as incentivized to play games on my own anymore, especially for the short term, in terms of, like, because, like, now that the 2021 stuff is done, like, I've played all the games from that, it's like, I don't really need to play anything else. Like, there's no, like, game that I plan on playing on my own that I'm going to be making, like, any sort of video on in the near future. So it's like, there's nothing I feel like I need to play, but, like, I also would like to play some, like, side content in Horizon. Even though, like, I've gotten the platinum and everything in it, and I've done most of the stuff in the open world, like, I still would like, I don't know, I just kind of want to play it still. And I still wouldn't mind, like upgrading all my equipment and everything. So at some point I'll probably do that. To be honest, we'll probably do that for the Survivor finale. We'll probably do a stream where that's probably what that stream will be. But yeah, maybe I'll, like, put, like, maybe like, if I just decide to relax and, like, play a game on my own, maybe that's what I'll just do in the short term, instead of, like, starting any games anytime soon, just because, again, I don't really need to be playing anything until actually I need to play Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West at some point. But again, that's, like, so far down the road that it doesn't matter. Then I do want to do that Don't Nod ranking. So, like, for that, I still need to play Vampire. I need to play Vampire and Remember Me. Those are the only two Don't Nod games I've ever played. So I need to play those two.
Better plug that leak.
Then if I'm going to do that Naughty Dog ranking, there's actually quite a bit that I need to play there, but that's probably going to be a bit later.
Hope there's holes.
Okay. Some friends watch the channel. Not really. I don't think anyone watches active. I know I think my uncle. I heard from my mom that my uncle supposedly watches all my videos for some reason. Despite the fact that he's not in the reality TV or anything.
Smallest cut, it'll go.
So I mean, supposedly that's a thing. But
Can't reach it now.
yeah, like I know some people are like sub to me, but I don't know if any of them actively watch any of my stuff.
Here, the weak portion of the coupling's out of my reach.
To which I feel like I would rather them not anyway. So yeah, I'm fine with them not watching my stuff. To which I would actually rather them not even be subbed. Like I'd rather like I would take the loss in subscriber count for them not to be subbed to me. Because my uncle loves me, yeah, probably. It's probably a factor, I guess. Do I ever take days off work to work on my videos? Like, yes and no, kind of. Like, I mean, like, yeah, like what was it? Last, when was that? Around time Survivor. I think it was like October, right? I took, like, I had 2 weeks of vacation days I didn't use the entire year, so I was like, fuck it, I might as well just take it off here. And like I ended up using that entire time to get caught up on the channel. So it's like I didn't necessarily like take it off to work on videos, but like I used that time off to work on videos. And then the same thing, like I'm gonna be taking a week off after the Survivor finale. And like I'm too fair. That one was actually I would say that's actually probably more so me actively doing it to work on it, because like I have time off and it's like I'm not going to use it anytime else, so I was like, well, that's probably like the busiest time for me is like immediately, like in terms of the YouTube channel, is the week after Survivor, where like there's a lot of other videos that I can do, because at that point I'll be able to do like the cast ranking, the pre-merge ranking, post-merge ranking. Actually, I can already do the pre-merge ranking, but either way, like there's a lot of these like big videos that I already plan on doing that I can do at that point. And also we got like the circle that I need to do at that point, and then 42 player rankings. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well take this time off, if I'm going to take time off at some point. So yeah, I guess that one's actually probably more in line with, yeah, I'm taking time off to work on videos. But yeah, I'm doing like I don't have much else going on. So it's like, I mean, it's not like I would be doing anything else anyway. Yeah, the intro, BLM's my initials. Oh yeah, like, I mean, I've told the story a lot on like in older streams, but yeah, like the like intro is alright guys, BLM here. Like essentially it came from my old YouTube channel when I was a kid, where my nickname, my friends, is BLM, which is my initials. Yeah, so that was like the intro for my old videos. And then when I started the new channel here with this channel, I accidentally said it at the beginning of the recording of the first video, and I didn't plan on it, but like because it was there, I was just like, fuck it, let's just keep it. I guess this will be like, I guess this will be a thing here. In retrospect, I should have not done it. I should have just changed it to I don't know, like TMR here, or like maybe like I don't know what else the fuck I would do, but it's like, I mean, the alright guys is like something here is just like so natural to me, like as a way to start something, that I feel like that's just how I would naturally start things anyway. But yeah, I probably should have changed it to like TMR or something, but whatever.
Next stop.
Yeah, I know that's part of the reason why I would change it. It's because I feel like people would like think of it as like Black Lives Matter. Which I think can like work negatively in like multiple ways, where it's like I feel like it's like people can think that I'm using it as a way to trivialize Black Lives Matter, but I feel like it can also be a thing where like the people that are anti-Black Lives Matter could also be upset. So I was like, I don't feel like it like does any good to actually have the actual intro, but it is what it is at this point.
What we're supposed to do isn't clear anymore. I'd give anything to go back to fighting over the motel.
Again, it's like one of these things that, like, again, if I were to start the channel new now, I would change it. But it's also like the channel's been going this way for a while. I'm just like, I'm not going to bother changing it at this point. It's like the same thing as like the overall like like video structure of my reality TV videos with the like, if I were to restart it, I would probably like change the way I do it. I probably wouldn't have like these static backgrounds. I'll probably like try to do things a bit more professionally. But like at this point, I don't really care. It's like whatever. Have you seen trailer for All Stars 3? Yes.
Thing was broken.
It's whatever. Like, I mean, didn't really get much from it. I still think it's fucking dumb they're trying to promote this as all finalists when like that's not really the case. Because again, Naya's never been a finalist, and you have like all these people that were like finalists in seasons where there were no eliminations. So it's like you're just essentially saying that they were on the cast. So I think that's dumb, but whatever. There we go. We're done with the episode.
We're almost at the river. You want to get on a boat?
What is up? Okay, the lighting's really bad there. It's like the background's like super fleshed out.
Savannah's more dangerous than I thought it would be.
I don't know how much longer he can keep on like this. If his leg gets any worse, we're gonna have to carry him.
Or leave him.
If I were you, I'd get out of the street.
I was okay, well that's like a DQ. I mean, like we're like,
so when were
yeah,
you gonna tell us about the radio?
like whatever.
Who have you been talking to?
That would be funny if Ayana was on this season though, and they were still saying it's all finalists. So we're like literally getting the one person from early challenge that wasn't a finalist. Like literally everyone else on the first like 4 seasons were finalists except for Ayana. Yet we're having Ayana on this cast. But yeah. Okay, I guess yeah, actually, fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, damn it, she was a finalist in All Stars 2. I completely forgot about that. I forgot that. Yeah, actually, yeah, like Tech is a finalist now. Actually, I guess to be fair, he was a finalist before, but whatever. Who else was in the final? I don't even remember anymore. You got Janelle and Darrell, MJ and Jeanne. Oh, and then Nehemiah and Melinda. Which yeah, Melinda's back too. So that's the thing. I forgot, was Jeanne in a final before? No, right? Before All Stars? Like that All Stars 1 was her first final? So how many of the people on this cast are like the All Stars was their first final? I feel like there's a few of them. Which is also just kind of dumb. Whatever. I just think it's I think it's dumb that they're branding it this way. Where it's like, it's kind of like adding fake gravitas to their cast. Do I think David would be on Challenge Australia? If you were to make me guess, I would say no. But I would love if it happens. I think Lydia is probably more likely. Oh, is Luke on? I feel like Luke could be an interesting one to go in the challenge. I don't know if he would want to, though. But he could be interesting. I'd be surprised if like someone like a Brooke isn't on. I do wonder, like, how many AU people, like Australian Survivor people, are there going to be? Because like there should be a lot, right? Considering it's the same network. Like the challenge is going to be on the same network. It's like I would assume there's a decent amount. Weird how Kayla's on All Stars. Yeah, Kayla and Sylvia, same thing. Both of them started in Invasion. So yeah, they're both kind of weird. Kayla's like Real World season was later though, right? So, like her Real World season was what, like 2015 or something, right? So it's like it wasn't that long ago. So yeah, it is kind of weird. But I think like with this season, I think they purposely like actually changed it up. where I think they purpose like because I think they're trying to make this like a really like special cast. Like we're trying to like now they're promoting it as like all finalists, but I think like they came into this with the intention of this being like an all-time great cast. Mark and Sam, what was that? No. Some from Australia. There should be a lot of Australian Survivor people. Yeah, that's why I wonder, like, what are they, like, same thing with, like, UK. Like, I don't get what shows they're really going to get them from. Their money, I guess you don't need that many, right? Because, like, with Challenge CBS, I mean, that's from 4 shows. So it's like, I guess they don't need that many with these shows. Like, because, like, obviously, like, with Challenge CBS, like, they got, like, what, like, 9 Survivor people, 9 Big Brother people, 9 other show? Love Island, was it? Yeah, like, they got, like, a lot of people from, like, one specific show, so it's like, I guess they don't care then, right? So, like, I'm sure, like, I don't know if Big Brother AU is going to be involved, but, like, Australian Survivor, again, I think we talked about MasterChef is maybe a show that they can get people from. I don't know what other shows there are in Australia, but, yeah, there's that, and then, like, UK, I mean, like, I guess they're going to get what, like, Love Island for sure, right? And then, I don't know. Like, are they going to go BBUK? Are they going to go back to, like, old seasons of BBUK and get people from them? Like, I don't know where they're going with the UK either. And, like, I fucking have no idea where they're going from Australia. Or for Argentina, I mean. Like, what... Oh, yeah, Circle. I forgot about Circle. I don't know where, like, I don't know what network it's on in UK, though. And, like, what other reality shows are on those networks. Because that's going to play a factor. Which is why I'm, like, a bit, like, unsure of if Big Brother is going to be represented in Australia. Because it's on a different network. Because, like, in the US, like, obviously we had all these people come from CBS. So, like, I don't know if with Australia and UK if they're going to do a similar thing of, like, keep it to that one specific network. Away from Brains vs. Brawn? I think I'm good. I don't think it... Like, I feel like there's, like, a billion other people from Brains vs. Brawn I'd rather see. Yeah, I think Haley would be good. I don't think she would say yes, though. Again, like, Emmett. Like, I would like to see Kez. I don't know if Kez is someone that's, like, high on the priority list, though. Shannon would have been good, but she's on, she's pregnant, right? Simon, maybe? I don't know what Simon's doing, though. I don't know if he's, like, holding out to be on Survivor again or something. Yeah, what's on Channel 5 in the UK? Imagine a Survivor UK person's on. Maybe they're going to put a future Survivor UK person. They're going to put a person on the Challenge UK and say, hey, this person's going to be on Survivor UK. Because, like, again, the rumor is that it's coming back next year. It's like, maybe that's a thing. KJ and Sophie were voted out combined 4 times. Yeah. Yeah, because they were both voted out twice each. That's something. How many times was Jordy voted out? Only twice, right? For some reason, I think of Jordy as being voted out 3 times, but yeah, it was only twice. Charlotte for Challenge UK? Why not? I mean, I'm too fair. She would have been the perfect pick at the time. Like, at the time of Survivor UK, Charlotte is the go-to person to pick for the challenge. Like, exactly the personality that they want. Nowadays, who the fuck knows? It's been like 20 years. Is she still married to the same guy, I wonder? I think I tried to look this up a while ago, and I think she is. Which is something. KJ technically voted out 3 times. Oh, well, I'm not really. She wasn't voted out, right? She was kind of like, she was like voted in, where like she was like transferred to the other tribe. Because like they weren't voting her out; they were voting for her to go to their tribe. Did Jordy have a girlfriend before that? Yeah, I didn't know that Jordy is dating Sam Frost, which is weird. Like, really weird. But that's the thing. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite moments too. From Sorority UK's James telling the host to stop asking dumb questions. Imagine if someone said that to Jeff at this point. Like, that'd be fucking hilarious. If someone literally told Jeff, like, stop asking dumb questions. Like, it would never happen in Modern Survivor, but it'd be fucking hilarious if someone did. But yeah, we're 2.5 hours in. Again, I didn't even want to go this late. I'm fucking tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep in the last like 2 days or whatever. So yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Again, normal stream schedule for next week. Sunday, Wednesday. Again, the 2 weeks from today is the BBCAN finale. So maybe a stream on Thursday there. Maybe. But again, like I need to make, like, the priority is to make sure the BBCAN review is set to be done the next day. So again, it'll be determined on if I can get that fully ready, but we'll see. But anyway, we'll be back on. You just came in, main squeeze. Yeah, I was about to call it a night. Because again, I plan on this being a shorter stream. Main reason I did this because of the triple eviction. On BBCAN. But yeah. So yeah, we'll end here. See you guys on Sunday. Continue off Walking Dead. We'll probably finish season 1. And we'll see what goes on after that. But yeah. For now, thank you for watching.